Okay. That's what Volume 4 era?
Maybe.
Volume 4.
That'd be All Hope Is Gone.
How often do they change? Do they
Yeah.
change the mask every album?
Yep.
Yeah.
Every album
Oh,
cycle.
okay.
Yeah. Totally. Fuck. Can you guys hear me through this shit? Because I can't hear myself, so I don't know.
I mean,
Yeah,
the
we can hear
mask
you.
is somewhat acting as a pop filter, which is never on your microphone anyway. So this is actually an
was.
improvement.
It's not.
You okay, Tyler?
What?
You okay?
I don't know that I can answer that.
In the present.
No.
Okay.
Dick, have you ever green screened your live stream so it just like does a infinity loop of you?
I kind of
Yes.
did a weird thing once
brilliant
for episode 100, I think. I tried to have like a pre-show screen where like only the green screen on like an image of this setup with nobody in it. It was playing the actual live stream while we set up, and then I switched it. It was dumb. It just didn't look good.
Honestly, I'm surprised.
Yeah,
Luke's got,
thanks
like,
for
random
using
versions back.
30% reviews logo.
Say what?
Sorry.
Why not just have like
Alex.
random
Yeah.
backgrounds at all times?
Mhm.
Like suddenly you're just in front of a volcano or some shit.
I just remember it used to have
That's
just random
actually
stuff on
fucking
Tyler's
hilarious.
pants.
Also, fucking forgot what I was gonna say.
We're all just gonna have weird stuff on. I just
I keep forgetting that you're wearing the mask until I look at him. What the fuck? Like I look away for 30 seconds and I look back and there's Nate in the mask. What the fuck?
I do not have a mask, unfortunately.
It's show and tell. Oh my god, Tyler looks like the Unabomber.
That's what I was going for.
Don't say that live on the
Oh
podcast.
God.
You just go
Looks like
shopping
you
with
know
that
about me.
mask on as a way to distance yourself.
Hold on. I got you.
Oh my
Give me
God,
30
that's
seconds.
Brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant.
I mean, it's not
I'm gonna
helping
go
because it's
shop
your
in
mouth is the
this.
one that's not covered, but it will keep people away
Yeah.
from you.
They'll be scared as shit. They'll be like, "What is this guy's fucking problem? He is crazy. He is exposing only his mouth.
Just wear the
What is this?"
just wear the Michael Myers
damage?
mask. Just
So, Blaine, beer question.
What's up?
Have you had a
back.
lot of 18th Street's beers?
No, I have not. The little I have had, which is like Candy Crushable, some Purgatory, and then something else. I haven't been a fan of 18th Street.
Okay. Well, I'm enjoying the bait and click one that I have, but it's it's the pretty standard stuff that you and I like anyway.
Yeah.
But I found one on their website last night that I really want to try. Let me pull it up real quick.
Jesus.
Nate, you look like Jack Nicholson at the end of Batman '89. You wouldn't put your guy with glasses on, would you? Huh? He just popped. He just pulls glasses out of his pocket for a gag.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
That
Tyler.
popped me too.
The thing I hate most about 18th Street is just the mouth feel.
Mm.
That's a big deal for me. Did you just take a selfie?
No, I can't see through these sunglasses, so I had to look over top of them. The beer that I'm talking about is called Rise of the Angels, and it's a grapefruit beer.
Okay. If it's at Dayton and liquor stores are still open, I will check it out. All right.
Are local breweries, but you guys doing takeout?
Yes. What really sucks is so 450 North is having a release next Friday, and I'm actually able to go for one, but it's only curbside pickup.
Well, yeah,
So-
'cause it'd be too many people standing in line.
This is gonna
Yeah,
growler
so
to go.
I can't.
It's gonna be the
I could
longest
go.
fucking curb line ever. Like McDonald's wrapped around the building 18 goddamn times.
Dude, so
We're
we
in IGA's parking lot. You fuck.
So I
Dude.
can go. It's just I'm not driving in an hour and 45 minutes just to pick up beer and immediately go home.
So
Go to Nate's house.
since
Question.
I fucked
No,
up,
it's
since I
south.
fucked up- since I fucked up dinner tonight, we were gonna go to Culver's and just grab something real quick. And the line for Culver's was literally around the building, through the parking lot, and then out onto Creasy, like halfway
Holy
from
shit.
Culver's to Lowe's.
So, quick question: can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, since we're all showing off masks and shit,
Do you have a luchador
Wow.
mask?
I have two.
Are you a
This
luchador
is
by
actually-
moonlight or something?
I have a problem.
This is for a cosplay, actually.
Oh, you cosplay as a luchador?
Yeah.
Oh.
If you watch some of the old, one of the coolest things I love about luchador culture is they never take the mask off in public. So they'll like walk around in a full suit with the mask on. So that's what I did.
Would
The
it
only-
be? Go ahead.
Oh, the only lucha
I'm
I
more-
know is that kids cartoon luchador show.
Dude, they're revered. Like they, a lot of them, you never know their actual names until they finally take the mask off when they're forced to.
When they retire
So-
or whatever.
Right. So like one of the biggest things you can have in Mexican wrestling is the mask versus mask match,
Oh.
and they actually will release the person's name afterwards.
I mean, it's kind of cool because you can kind of live a whole separate life. Because if you take the mask off and go about your business, nobody knows who you are.
Yep. Hell, one of the biggest movie stars in Mexican history was El Santo.
Hmm.
It was like
Would it be-
the old El Santo fights the mummy and shit like that.
Would it be in poor taste to cosplay as the Unabomber at a convention?
Maybe.
You have to have a business card though that says I am absolutely not the Unabomber, just cosplaying.
I like that. I like that.
Did you see that
So
there's
when
that?
cops stop you, you're like, "Hold on, sir, 1 second. Hold on, just hold on. It's. Don't worry. There's a lot of stuff in this jacket.
They've
Hold
Is there a
on,
already,
business
one
card that
second.
says "I am
Um,
not the Unabomber"?
Oh, I
Is
found
that-
it. I fucking found it. It's,
they've already tased. They've already tased.
Don't
me
worry.
with
Don't worry. You're not on the list.
Yeah.
You're not on the list. It's okay.
Just have a shirt that says "I am not the Unabomber," but the Unabomber's in quotes. So they're like, are you?
that. Unabomber.
Did you see that there's
there's
a
one-
cop in some foreign country that's the coronavirus? Like his helmet looks like the coronavirus.
No.
Oh, God.
It's
Send that somewhere.
I'm gonna find the image.
Absolutely.
Hold on.
Sure.
So
Are you guys about ready to rock out? I feel flowing.
we've
Sure.
we've been recording for the
do this-
last 7 minutes,
Oh God.
and
Oh,
I've just been waiting to go live because I'm like, I'm just gonna wait, and every time I'm like, now I can nope, I gotta wait. I gotta wait. I
So
gotta
they-
get butt in.
How much can the guitar be heard? Just
It's
asking.
barely strummed. Like it's not
Okay.
overpowering.
So just the clicking.
Yeah, just a clack, clack, clack. Did you see that there's a guitar? It's like a keyboard, like a MIDI keyboard, but it's a guitar, and the strings are just plastic. No, it's not a guitar. They're plastic and they don't have any tone to them until until it comes through the module. And I heard the dude playing like Super Nintendo style music. And I'm like, I have to have one of these.
Would it be like all MIDI shit?
Yeah. It's a mid-eye guitar. It's like a digital guitar. And like when you just play it, you can also select what tuning you want it to be in and everything. And you can do it all from your phone. And different sounds and different shit like that. I think that is like the coolest thing to mess around with because they could really open up a lot of creative freedom.
for
Yeah, I can
sure.
see that.
Anyway, you guys ready to go live?
Sure.
Fuck
Let's
yeah.
do it.
All right.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
I just sent the picture.
Thanks, JP.
All right. We're live.
Yay.
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
Hello.
We decided
I'm
to have
actually-
fun today.
So, this is Supercast 2. Twice. Once, twice, 3 times a lady. I just
More super.
I just got a blue dome. Was that you, AP, with the picture? Did you send it to the Discord thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, that's that coronavirus picture. That's awesome. Wow.
I don't know.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
All right. Well, I just kind of messed up that. Well, anyway, no. This is Supercast 2. We are here. We are sort of live for Supercast 2. And
Sort of live. Oh shit!
We're coming at you
I'm not live.
through the power of the Journey into Comics Network. And just like last week, there's a bunch of hosts from the Journey into Comics Network coming together, minus one. The one and only Linder could not be with us here today. But we have 6. Starting off, I guess, I'm Brando. I'm host of the Game Addicts podcast and co-host of the OGs on the Journey into Comics Network. And I'm proud to introduce the Podfather, Pod Daddy, Padre of Poddington, Nate Phillips.
Hey, Brendo, how you doing, brother?
Doing pretty damn good, man. How are you?
I'm excited to be here for Supercast 2 as we're recording this live right now. Supercast 1 has just dropped on the Journey into Comics Network. Be sure to check it out on the different services, folks. We're all here doing some craziness, but let's keep introducing folks before we get down with why I'm in a goddamn mask, because you guys don't know. Today, joining us back once again, King Kong Bundy of the Journey into Comics Network. Welcome back, Tyler McLaughlin.
That was like dirty and had like some grunge, and then I got like concerned that the police might kick down my front door.
Like the Corona cop?
Like the Corona cop. I'm kind of
Because you're not
emulating
the Unabomber.
I'm kind of emulating the Unabomber currently. I had a really, really clever idea for a cosplay. Unabomber, right? But instead of the sweatshirt, Jedi robe.
Ooh.
I'm the Jedi bomber.
The Jedi Bomber.
Yes. I use the power of the Force to blow up the mail.
Has anyone seen? There's a video going around now on. I've seen on YouTube. It's the Lord of the Rings fight scenes, but with lightsabers.
Yes.
That would be cool.
It's wonderful.
It's very cool.
I just want a Sting lightsaber. That'd be kind of cool. Just yay big. Just
Little
enough.
fella.
Just a little fella. Just enough.
That's like
Imagine,
my gang. It's a little fella. It's just enough.
It's not the size of the lightsaber. It's how you use it.
Yes.
I don't know where to go from here.
Well, I'm AP.
Well,
I've been
we
talking,
gotta
so
keep that-
I'll
we
introduce
gotta-
myself.
I was waiting for- Yeah.
I am a host of 4360, co-host of Foodies Watching Movies, and Adulting Ain't Easy. So, yeah, I'm here. And Dick's also here. How you doing, Dick?
Hey, what's up? I'm host of Podcastrophy and Happy Fun Metal Time, and now 30% reviews.
Now with 30%
Hey,
more Dick.
love that new logo, bro.
Yeah, I like
didn't
all the
see which one.
logos.
Which one did you end up going with? I haven't seen the final one.
So the very first YouTube's gonna be different. So I'm gonna use Nate's for the actual podcast one, and then I'm gonna use my friend Felipe's as the main one for YouTube. It's just he did a great job, man. I mean, he put unfortunately, he put way more than 30% of effort into it. So there's that, but it's still pretty kick-ass. I mean, it's simple, sweet. It's very similar to Nate's. I'll give him that. But my favorite is probably the one my friend Keegan did. He's been a guest
That one
on
was
the show.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Is that the one that had you like photoshopped into it or something like that? It was like the MS Paint with your face on it.
Yes. All he did was write 30% and then like half-ass reviews from a half-ass gentleman.
So before we started, AP sent a picture to the group that I've titled Corona Cop. And this is what he looks like. It's literally a cop with his motorcycle helmet, and he's got these little like spores. It looks like something from The Last of Us, just like coming right out of his head, and it's absolutely hilarious.
I think I found what I'm wearing to LaFiCon this year.
Nice. If we even have a LaFiCon.
Right. Because they just extended the good old the standard of social distancing.
Yeah.
Okay, so federally that's April 30th. Virginia decides
June
10th. They're stay-at-home orders until June 10th.
Yeah.
And
On them, fuck it.
Is it like Father's Day?
I want to
weekend?
say this, like, Trump's tone shifted hardcore yesterday.
He got a talking to.
Yeah, he's finally actually listening to his expert. Sounds like for now,
Right.
Oh, finally.
it's
Is
subject to
Nate raising
change.
his hand?
Yeah, I
Nick.
want to say something really quick about this, date, and before I forget. So we have been in this quarantine for a while or whatever. I went out the other day to get a few things, and what I saw in Indiana made me ill. It made me sick because I've usually am out all the time doing stuff, going from here to there or whatever.
Mhm.
But I saw more people out during this time than I have ever seen. I saw groups of kids walking. What are you? Who? Your parents need punched in their fucking balls, man. Like, come on.
That first day of quarantine, I drove out, just driving to work. And I first like, okay, either no one's paying attention to this, or everything is way too essential. Like the definition of
Yeah,
essential
right.
is way.
Yeah, Walmart's still packed, Meyer's still packed. I mean, they're not like hoarding everything like they were, but
Mhm.
there's
People
still
are
way
still
too
just
many
going
people.
out.
I saw some Walmarts are instituting like only one family member with one cart comes in. No kids. You just go in, get what
And
you
some
need, get out.
and some stores like Whole Foods have now rule where you can only let 5 people into your store at a time.
Oh wow.
So there's a line of people 6 feet apart in their
That's what they
parking
need to
lot
do.
all the fucking way out, and they're out in the cold though, bro. They're gonna get fucking coronavirus
It's not
standing
that cold
outside,
right now.
No.
So,
It's
so
amazing.
here's the thing.
Yeah.
The pseudo winter is nearly over.
So here's the thing. Like,
Tyler.
I have exclusively done all of the shopping for my family since the whole coronavirus thing happened. So Skylar and Ruby I mean, they've left the house, but they don't go in anywhere. They stay in the car at like, if they gotta leave the house, they stay in the car. They don't get out. You know, I Friday evening I went to Meyer and I grabbed a few things that I didn't get the last time I went to the grocery store, and I saw families with infants, families with
Right.
toddlers,
Mm-mm.
kids running around the store being fucking heathens. I saw the people of Walmart, you know, obviously. Um, Lots and lots of negativity. I want to continue the positivity and give credit where credit's due. It's not just grocery store workers that deserve this credit. It's not just the medical field that deserves this credit. People, and this just goes to show how uneducated our society is. All you fucking people who go to the grocery store and buy your food, where do you think the food comes from? Someone's got to fucking bring it there, and they're working
Right.
around the clock, and not one of you gives a shit about them.
Oh, truck drivers definitely,
Yeah.
Mhm.
absolutely. The one that sticks out to me as far as people just being like, I'm not gonna say dumb, but dumb's probably the right word. I was out in Kokomo on Tuesday of last week. Actually, that was the day we had the last Supercast.
Mhm.
And downtown Kokomo, Howard County's got a huge amount of outbreak there. They've had a couple deaths, and we're at this church. I'm handing out shit for work, and there's a dude, older guy, probably in his 50s, sitting out handing out stuff. And I looked at him, he's kind of struggling a little bit. So, you doing all right? He said, yeah, I'm doing okay. I got COPD. I don't know why I'm out here. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? Go home.
You will
Yeah.
die.
It's your off.
People are fucking dumb, man.
Where did Nick go?
We lost Nate.
Like, I mean, I appreciate
We
people,
lost.
but
We lost the pod. Oh no!
Let's
What
get him
in-
back in here.
Bill
What tarnation?
great enough,
Oh,
but
there he is.
I heard him called Padre, and I kind of liked it.
I've started doing
Padre.
that. I started doing that. The Padre. There you
I like
are.
it.
I'm
It works on so many levels.
Dude, my Discord just crashes fucking randomly. It's like, hey guys, fuck you.
Well, it's funny because I've got
Mm.
I've got the overlay set up for a certain way, so when somebody drops out of the call, everything just shifts and people are in different windows. It's almost like what I imagine like when the Brady Bunch, if they blue screened out, they would they just like be all over the place.
Brandon, you
Since
know
I'm
what's
working on
funny is you, Nate, and I are all still in the same window now that he came back.
Yeah. No,
Hell
mine didn't
yeah.
change at all.
For me, it's like
I almost
I'm
wish
on
we
my
could
phone,
do
it fills the whole screen, so it literally looks like Brady Bunch shit. Like there's no border or anything between it.
mhm.
Well,
I
see
wish
what I
we could
do.
like
Well, I'm sorry, AP, but like what I do for the stream is I have 6 different monitor captures, and I literally configure them to fit within these neat little squares. And that's what I was doing for like the 7 minutes or near 7 minutes that like we were like, are we ready to go? I'm like, yeah, well, yeah, we've been ready. I've just been resizing little squares.
Yeah. Real quick, I'd like to give a shout out to my buddy Josh McKinney.
Yeah.
He opened up a group on Facebook in honor of another group, because another group was like, I don't know what it was called, like Open Stage or something like. And it was basically like a place, an outlet for people to come in and do like live shows and stuff for tips and
Nice.
whatnot.
That's awesome.
They started enforcing like rules and stuff, and like basically kicking out all the like the lower tippers and people that weren't tipping. So it was basically just like only a revenue stream for those people, which cool, I guess. But he ended up making a new group called the Non-Toxic Open Stage. So I shared that to this. I shared this to that, and he's in here, hopefully still listening. He says, "I'm currently selling feet pics. Rents due." But big shout out to my buddy Josh.
Well,
Hey,
the
find
good
yourself
news,
a
the
little,
good
man.
news is that you know, you can make. I personally could make more money on unemployment right now than I could while I was working.
Wow,
That's crazy.
And you're not making hazard pay or anything, or
Doesn't exist.
oh,
Oh, quick shout out to the family of
what is this? A shout out cast like I used to do?
yeah, well, but
That's
Oh,
my
yeah.
fucking gimmick,
I
bro.
mean, I want to send my thoughts to the family of Joe Diffie.
Joe Diffie.
Joe Diffie passed away from complications of coronavirus.
The Rona got him.
You know, Joe Diffie, he was a country singer, best known for songs like "Pickup Man" and John Deere Green. And okay, so I have a pretty sick sense of humor sometimes. So I saw this and was like, oh my gosh, like, okay, so Joe Diffie's not like the biggest celebrity to have gotten this, but he's pretty much the biggest one who's passed away so far. And I'm like,
Right.
he has a song called "Prop Me Up Beside the Jukebox When I Die."
Yeah.
And so,
Oh, no.
like, when you listen to, like, it's a pretty typical, like, early 90s country song. It has the same, you know, certain beats, you know, things about him being dead, put a stiff drink in my hand, hook me up with a mannequin, remember I like blondes, you know, I want to be the life of the party even when I'm dead and gone. And I'm just like, if his family does not do that for him, that is an opportunity sorely missed.
Yep.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
You know, like, with nobody else.
Joe Diffie returns from the grave, pissed off that family did not prop him up beside
the
said
jukebox.
jukebox.
That will be a headline in
Green.
like August when, you know, when like when everybody's not so worried about this anymore.
Just have Madame Tussauds make him a wax dummy and put that in all those positions at his funeral. Look,
Would that be John Green?
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh,
But
yeah,
yeah,
we've got a lot of deaths this year so far, though. It's even not related to this. It's
yeah. I mean, true.
Betty White's still kicking.
Betty White's still kicking.
I love
God
the
willing,
thing of
right.
like Betty White and Keith Richards are going to be the last one standing in a wasteland. Just like,
I always heard that.
She
my
is the
favorite was-
winner of the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny.
Has anybody checked on
fucking Morgan Freeman? I haven't heard anything from him in a long time. He's been
Nothing.
quiet.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I remember like the last thing I heard of him, like, was he like in like a car wreck or something?
I don't know. This is news to me.
That was like years
I
ago.
know.
Like that's the last thing I saw about him.
I know Tom Hanks and Co are back in the States.
So they've recovered enough.
Yeah. I mean, there was you know, an executive over at CBS News. She was 50 something. She's dead. And I mean, this thing knows no bounds. No one's immune. Like there was another older country singer, which I didn't know. When I saw the name, I didn't recognize him. But like, you know, in local Nashville area, he passed. So it's like,
Chuck Billy.
Chuck Billy
from
from Testament. Thank you. I was going there.
Him and his wife or partner, whatever she is.
Mhm.
It's his wife. She's
Didn't the
got
guy
it
who
too.
wrote "I Love Rock and Roll" also die?
The guy that wrote it, I did see that. And then contracted it. That's what the Prime Minister of France and one of the princes and
England got
that right?
taken out. Their whole hierarchy got hit. It seemed like.
Do you know why? Because they said, let it spread. Let's force a herd immunity for 2 weeks.
That's a great take. Yeah.
Here's another big sad. Till Lindemann, Rammstein's front man, is still in
Yeah.
Critical condition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
From the
Yes.
virus or from
Yeah.
another reason?
Yes.
No, from the virus.
Yeah.
I don't think Liz knows that yet.
Josh McKenney says Morgan's too busy narrating the virus. We won't see him for a while.
Dude, I watched a fucking TikTok yesterday of that old woman who put a Mento in the fucking Coke bottle and it fucking blasted her in the face while Morgan Freeman narrated it. And at one point he goes, and this is the port that Sandy realized what it felt like to work in the adult film industry. And I just about fucking pissed my pants. Like,
accurate reaction.
Okay.
Like, I mean, wow.
So the thing that I sent you, Tyler, I found his YouTube channel, and apparently he's a dude that is just funny, and he makes up funny like skits from these things. So that wasn't an actual news thing, and but he's got some other funny stuff too. So I'm trying to remember his name now, which escapes me, but I found it saw it on Facebook. Was it yesterday or day before? And I sent it to Tyler and said, "This man is a national treasure." And he was talking about a home invasion. And he's like, man, I was asleep and then I just heard something coming. So I ran up those steps, boom, boom, boom. It's like, man, and it's like they were stomping throughout the house. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm in the closet thinking, man, this guy's got beat. I want to start beatboxing him. He goes, but I can't because I don't want to die. I got court tomorrow.
Yeah, I think this came out in like 2011 or 2012.
Yeah.
See, that's what the problem was.
Yeah, this guy.
Because I heard him first. I said, hold on. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Because then I start to taste them. I say, and then I start to smell them. So it's like the smell like tastes like other. So I knew something was wrong. I knew something special about it. So what did you do when you heard the intruder? I ran upstairs. I had to run. Then I had to do what that little girl. What's that little girl? In the Holocaust, she had a Anne Hathaway and Frank David. Anne Frank. That's a hiding bitch, ain't it? I had to get up the stairs. So he had so much rhythm. When he was walking upstairs, that doom, doom, doom. Bitch, I started to almost beatbox up in the closet. Oh, boom, 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 boom. I couldn't do it yet because I couldn't die. I got court tomorrow. So I'm just a little shook up. That's all that is.
I'm just a little shook up. That's all that is.
Oh,
Can you send
man.
that to me? I need to share that with people. Oh my god.
That hot bitch.
The hiding bitch.
Oh gosh. No, that dude, he killed me, dude. He's got a YouTube channel. And I found him because I don't remember how I even found him at this point. Oh, I found another video of his, and he was wearing his YouTube shirt. And so I'm like, all right, let me go see if I can find this guy. And he just recorded a new one. He just recorded a new one. Okay, so his name is The Real Spark, right?
Okay.
And he did a new one for the coronavirus.
Oh.
And it's absolutely hilarious because that first one has been around for a little bit. The first one is like, coronavirus ain't that big a deal. Okay, I'm gonna play that real quick.
All right.
Bourbon Street, breaking developments in the coronavirus pandemic.
I can understand it both ways.
Loading. Womp womp.
everybody act like the coronavirus is just so much of a big deal. Everybody scared and everything. I'm just saying, I played a hell of a joke on these people at work. Yeah. Look, I locked the door from the outside. They was in there having lunch. I walked in the room. I said, "Achoo." You should have seen them in there running, trying to get out the windows out of that thing. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. They was in there sweating like a snowman in hell. Look, I just can't wait till you get back to the days where you can stick your in somebody's ass and not have to wash your hands afterwards. You know, now you gotta go ahead and drink a whole bottle of sanitizer before you do anything. The coronavirus is not that damn serious, y'all. Hey, don't do that.
When he does that, when the dude coughs, he instantly grabs a bottle of sanitizer. He's like, whoa, not here. He edited himself into a CNN video. I actually saw this live where the dude was, they were talking about the Cheesecake Factory, a Trump supporter at the Cheesecake Factory. Okay. And this guy's like, man, I just don't see why, you know, you're at the Cheesecake Factory, you know, and you're sitting there with your MAGA hat and you're afraid to go outside because you're afraid to be ridiculed, you know? And he goes on like this 30-second tangent, and the other guy's like, I just want to know why a guy's at the Cheesecake Factory. And then they all start laughing, and the dude goes, man, don't worry. Ain't no reason why a guy ain't got to be at the Cheesecake Factory. I mean, come on. He's just like mumbling while they're just laughing over him. And that was an actual video on CNN, and I cannot remember for the life of me. I remember seeing it live, like at work or something. But this dude, no, he's got a bunch of stuff. He's absolutely hilarious.
I want to just say really quickly. Oh, go ahead, guys.
Nope. It's all you, Nate.
Oh, I was just going to say, I'm really glad that I didn't decide to keep the fucking mask on until we talked about it, because I would be dead right now. I would have fucking stroked the fuck out, because it was getting hot in there, bro. I was like, oh, it's getting toasty in here. I got to take this thing off, you know? We had been on for a few minutes before we actually were live, so, but thanks to AP bringing a fucking broadsword to pre-show and like a little bit of show and tell, we had to start doing. Look at this shit, you guys. If you're watching the show, it's amazing. It's got a broadsword. It's got jewels on it.
Fucking bedazzled that bitch.
Well, if it wasn't for Tyler, like looking like the Unabomber, it inspired all of us.
Yeah, and I went and got this mask, my Corey Taylor mask from All Hope Is.
Guitar,
yeah, and then
it like shit.
That's not a surprise. Everyone knows.
I know.
I didn't get anything.
Look behind you, bro.
Well, I mean,
look
you
behind
showed off
you.
your vinyl earlier before the show.
Yeah,
but look behind him though. He has like a treasure trove of cool
got all
shit.
kinds of stuff to show off.
I got an N64 box back there. I got an Xbox One box right over there. I got a Tribble. From Star Trek back there. He's contained. It's all right.
They're trouble, they are.
Oh my gosh, you have a katana.
What?
He's just pulling out the hardware over here.
I like my melee weapons. No.
Clearly.
Time out. I love that Dick just figured out a way to incorporate Nick into our show, who we miss dearly.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nick, who's now on the podcast, strangely.
Kinda.
What?
Is it a disembodied beard?
Yeah, it's like one of those beardo hat things.
Oh,
That's actually the pubes Dick shaved off.
It's
It's actually originally like a Daft Punk like CD like display from FYE. We just we pasted our faces over it.
It's Blaine's illegitimate sex standee.
He's got a glory hole in the backside of it.
Think about the amount of ejaculate that cardboard has sucked up.
Enough that it's now warped. It's warped.
It's warped from a lot of beer. Because this was at the Doom Room for so long.
Beer. Okay, it's beer. It's got sprayed with a hose, but it's not beer.
Mostly gin. Let's
If
just
anyone,
say it.
if
Let's just
anyone
get it
in
out
this
in the
group
open.
would be, if anybody here would be an authority on the smell of ejaculate in cardboard, we killed Brando again.
You okay?
So The reason why
just walked away from it. Oh man, that's
So real quick, just just real quick interjection here. I just want to make it known that if I wasn't 3/4 of the way drunk right now, I would be throwing up. So we've all heard about turning up on a Tuesday. I'm drunk.
Is it Mom Wine Monday?
No mom wine.
No mom wine.
I don't have any. As much as I'd like to.
all right.
I got a big jug of wine over the weekend. That was fun.
So
Talking my language.
quick shout out to Jeremy Lee Evans, my buddy from Oklahoma. Hope everything's well down there, bud. Okay.
Tiger King.
Yeah, exactly. It's a segue because I sent my wife this meme. It says, when my wife asks who ate all the Totino pizza rolls, it's like, that bitch Carol Baskin.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
That bitch.
I'm loving the fact that everybody gets shout
Carol.
outs. I can't even get an introduction.
What?
Yeah. I was going to go the whole show to see if anybody actually bothered to introduce me.
Well, we're not used to you actually being here. We're used to you being a
I
disembodied
know. I'm not doing
voice.
somebody's voice this time. Probably
How
looks
was
better as a just.
Hey, Alex.
How's
Hey,
Alex Buckles
What's
today?
up?
Welcome, Buckles, to the podcast. He is the co-host of Journey into Wrestling. I don't know how we got off on this far tangent. It's Supercast. We're still getting used to it, obviously.
Super tangents. So you want to
That
know
was
why you want to know why Tom Brady left New England?
Why?
Carol
Wanted to-
fucking Baskins.
Carol fucking Baskin.
Uh,
Carol
damn
fucking Baskin.
I thought he wanted another ring.
I thought it was because he didn't get a shout out on our podcast.
He chose a bad
Also
time to
true.
go to the Buccaneers.
Oh man.
Wanted to move to Florida.
And you know where? Yeah, you know where Buccaneers play is in Tampa.
Where are your Buccaneers, Brando?
Well, I mean, they're there, but I
They're
mean,
under your bucking hat.
They're
They're under your bucket hat, bro.
But I mean, okay, so how many of you guys? I mean, I think Alex hasn't, but have the rest of you guys watched Tiger King?
I have not.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so we binged it over the last like 2 days. And I can clearly say this is not how I imagined spending my spring. Is watching a documentary in the style of like Jerry Springer. I like how everybody just left. Like, hey guys.
So is
Okay. The important
Whiskey's
people
more
are still here.
important than Tiger King.
I'm trying to figure out the. So what? Like, why
I
is
just walked
this
away for
worth
30
watching?
seconds, so sorry.
All right, so all right, no,
Yeah, go
Tyler,
ahead.
Tyler, you go for it. Take the lead on this, my man.
Oh, I want to hear this.
Essentially what we've got here with Tiger King is we have the perfect amalgamation of, like, imagine the show Jerry Springer,
Okay.
but you throw in Judge Judy, and you also throw in Maury, and you also throw in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, but it's also just a little sprinkle of Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader, and then you
The answer is no.
and then you dabble in like a little bit of NCIS and bam, you smack that all together. You put a fucking Wish app version of Alan Jackson, and you've got the Tiger King.
He said it. He's got it.
So
He's got it.
is it like making a murder or something?
Yes.
So is it like white
Oh
trash
my
making a
God.
murder?
Kinda.
I think it's supposed to like making a meth lab, maybe.
So the whole I'm not gonna I won't go through the whole synopsis, but like the way the series starts out is you think that it's going to be like a pseudo like docudrama about animal cruelty and shit like that, like the phenomenon of big cats in America, because that's at least in my lifetime that has been a thing that's been talked about on the news since I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And other, every one of you is older than me, so this has all been a part of our life
Right.
in some capacity. So I thought it was going to be that, and then we see the main, like the cast of characters, you can't make this shit up.
No.
Like I could not, with my overactive imagination, and
Like
a
his
bunch of
husband.
drugs. A bunch of drugs could not come up with the cast of this show.
Oh man.
His husband that's just shirtless the entire.
And it's
The
it's
en-
100
the
and it's
entire
100%
time-
real, right?
No
He's like-
fucking teeth.
He's got like Joe amounts of teeth.
He's got
kinda
less
looks like
teeth than
Meth
Joe.
He does.
So
He looks like Meth the
and-
guy.
Yeah, Meth the guy. Yes, absolutely.
so
I don't know if you.
Last week we had GOP
Nailed
the
it.
guy, and this week we have Meth the guy. I like it.
Yeah, Buckles has got the guy down.
If I could describe, this is my rating of Tiger King.
Okay.
To quote Tyler McLaughlin, that's you. Like it, love it, ye.
Like 11 years. Absolutely.
Nick, is this gonna be your
Absolutely.
next 30% episode?
Maybe it's
Ooh.
possible.
So
So-
hey, I want to say one thing that I don't know if it's been said or not, but the interesting thing to me about the Tiger King documentary is the fact that he went into film like at the beginning of the journey about snakes and snake cruelty, sees this, snow leopard, and that turns him on to Joe Exotic. And you see this 5 years that he never had expected that goes all the way up and until late last year.
Right.
So it's very,
Well,
it's over the top, ridiculous, hilarious, and I
here's
cannot
more,
believe
too.
that Joe Exotic did not sing any of those songs for real. It was somebody else.
no. Oh, that's such a
So-
bummer. Like
So here's
that's like his one redeeming quality.
here's like the icing on the cake though is not only are we gonna get like a parody movie of this, like we remember what the fuck was that movie called? Pain and Gain? With
No Pain,
No
No Gain.
Yes.
Yeah, Pain.
No, it was Pain and Gain.
It was Pain and Gain.
Oh, it was
With,
just pain again. Okay.
Yeah, with Mark Wahlberg, and
The
that was a parody of real life fucking murders that
Really
took place.
Oh my god! If I don't see Danny McBride as
Yes, we are
Joe
going to
Exotic.
get that. Okay.
We're
Are
probably
they
gonna
trying to make a
shit out of
film
this.
map or a miniseries about this? Like a
What's that?
fiction story?
Wait, didn't they already do that? And it was called Joe Dirt or something.
Dear Tay.
What I was gonna
Dear
say
Tay.
is
Dear Tay.
Netflix and the producers of this documentary already want, like, before this got popular, they already wanted a season 2 because apparently there's a lot more of the story to tell.
Well, I just saw recently that Doc Antle got raided. They took him down. So,
call
and
him
you know that
Bog-
at some
he-
point Jeff
name's
Lowe is
Bogabon.
going down.
So
Motherfucking Doc Antle. Wow.
do events
I think
unfold in real time, or is this just like a week in the life of them?
No, it's
Events
like a
unfold in
span.
real time,
It's like a span of time.
sorta.
Now,
Yeah.
I've noticed a trend among the Netflix docuseries with this, with Don't Fuck with Cats, with the
Is that good?
Don't Fuck with Cats is really interesting, and also
Dude, don't fuck with cats. It's a trip. It's a journey.
just
Yeah.
like
Is it
just
about
like this.
is it about cats or is it something
Yes.
else?
Oh no, it's about animal cruelty.
Oh.
Like some dude tried to get famous online just by like murderizing cats, like little kids.
Jesus.
And these people in a cat group tracked this motherfucker down, and like they did a better job than the police did, really.
Yes.
Killing him?
Shit.
No, bringing him to justice.
Oh, I was like,
Just-
Whack the motherfucker.
they just put him in a sack and beat him like he did the cats.
But the other one, the pharmacist too. So all three of
Yep,
these,
That's another good one.
yeah. So all three of these that I've seen have followed the same trend. It's like 5 to 7 episodes, right? But each episode, the plot thickens and it leaves you with and like they frame a story. It's not just like watching a true documentary where they do frame their version of events and this is what they want you to see. They're telling a story over 7 or 5 episodes, and you literally cannot stop watching because it'll like, especially like, okay, so the pharmacist was interesting for a different reason. Don't Fuck with Cats was really like, wow, this is crazy. How much crazier can this get? And this was like those two put together. the Tiger King was like equal amounts of holy shit, this is crazy. And did he just say that?
Yep.
At
So
the
is
at the funeral. At the funeral.
oh,
Oh yeah.
I
So is Netflix basically becoming the new True TV?
yeah.
They're like little nuggets of gold.
I could,
So like I just now got back onto Netflix. Like I hadn't had it for probably a solid year and a half, and I'm coming to realize that I'm a terrible Netflix user anyway. As I've had it for about a week now, and the only thing I've watched is like a countdown of deadly animals in Asia, and that's it.
Nice.
That's
Fucking
fair.
Like, every-
nice.
Netflix is excelling with what's going on. It's crazy.
Like what I was telling Nate was that like every time the reason I dropped Netflix to begin with is because every time I'm not a channel surfer. I don't just randomly like, oh, this looks interesting, I'll watch that for an hour. I never do that. And for Netflix, the only time I would ever turn it on is when there was something I wanted to go watch. Like, man, I really want to watch Solo or something like that.
Mhm.
And
Did you like that 70s show?
What's that?
Did you like that 70s show?
Hit and miss.
Okay. Well, there's a show called The Ranch, which has several cast members of that 70s show.
Boo the
It was
ranch.
ori-
Boo.
Why?
Boo the ranch.
Why?
Dog
I mean,
shit.
it's super right wing. I'll admit that. It's really right wing. But it was
I have my own
Really
personal
is,
beefs with it.
it was
Well,
originally
okay, let's talk
produced
about it.
by Ashton Kutcher and Danny Masterson.
Are you against Danny Masterson or are you against the show?
What's my beefs?
No, is it mainly Danny Masterson?
Kinda. I mean, that's some of it, but that's not all of it. No, it actually has everything to do with Veronica's granddad. I know that sounds weird as fuck, but it really
Is he a big
does.
fan of the show?
So
Let's
it's
look
all
up
he
here.
will watch. It's the only thing he watches. And when he lived in their house when he was sick before he had to get taken to the nursing home and shit, he on his fucking sound bar would have The Ranch turned up to like 90 fucking 7. And all I'm hearing is mama's don't let your babies grow up to be motherfucking goddamn
Oh my
cowboys.
God,
And
that
I
intro, the
want to
bass is
jump
just
into the
way
fucking
too
lake
much.
and never come up.
So I think that's why your dad didn't like Chappelle's show after that night that I spent the night, right, Nate?
I remember that
The
story.
DVD menu.
Yeah.
Chappelle Show.
Me and Nate fell asleep watching the first episode of Chappelle's Show, and then went through the entire DVD, and on his TV blaring was just the DVD menu of the dude jamming Chappelle Show, Chappelle Show, Chappelle Show. And his dad listened to that for 45 minutes trying to go to sleep.
Turn that fucking
Is it? I swear, it's probably to this day. He's probably walking through the house, gonna make himself a sandwich. He's humming to himself. Chappelle Show, Chappelle. Damn it!
It's in my head and I can't get it out.
Yeah. I gave my parents access to my Netflix. My mom binge watched like 4 shows. And I was like, you need to calm down. All right.
Settle down.
Just like watch like all of that Grace and Frankie and then The Ranch. I'm like, okay, simmer down.
Dude, someone fucking hacked my Netflix account a couple months ago, and they were binge watching Grace and Frankie, and I only figured it out because I tried to watch Netflix during the daytime while they were watching Grace and Frankie. Like, thanks, Grace and Frankie. You helped me
That's
solve my
awesome.
fraud problem.
Grace and Frankie solving frauds.
Hang on a second.
Oh man.
We'll not be hanging on a second. We'll be continuing this conversation. I want to just say again, if you guys have an HBO account, watch McMillions. That story, 6-part miniseries, is
I started
absolute
watching.
insanity.
I need to continue it.
I am-
I also need
Dude.
to catch up on Westworld. I didn't watch last night's episode.
I haven't watched any of it.
Oh, Westworld is
I've only seen the first season. I'm waiting for my
I'm out.
wife to catch up.
let
I
her
don't have
catch up and keep going.
Was the second season good? I heard mixed
Yeah.
reviews about it.
It was different. It was much different than the first. And then this third season is just going further.
Isn't
much more
Drogon in the
different.
third season?
Who?
Drogon
Drogon.
from Game of
No, I
Thrones.
just
No, the third
Yeah,
season. Yeah, he just showed up in this last episode. I was like, what?
Hey,
it's like with
Hey.
the two guys that ran the show as
Hey.
well.
speaking of something, I wanted to bring up. Remember that time that we all watched 8 seasons of television? and we had a group of directors and producers literally pull our mouth open like a dentist and take a dump in it with Game
I
of
didn't.
Thrones.
Oh, I
Remember
think
that?
about How I
I
Met
don't-
Your Mother.
No. Oh, yeah, that too.
Hey,
Yeah,
what?
that
What?
too.
What?
Mm.
What about How I Met Your Mother?
I
It
love
was
that
Fuck
show,
that
though.
show. Fuck the
garbage
Big Bang
show,
Theory.
yeah. Like
How I
what's
Met
wrong
Your
with
Mother
the-
was my
What's wrong with
favorite
How I Met
show
Your Mother?
ever.
I really
Like-
enjoyed it. That episode I just thought could have ended about 20 minutes before it did.
like How I Met Your Mother.
I love
Big Bang
the final episode.
Theory. Like they're
Big
all
Bang
just
Theory
fucking. They're
class
all
is all
poor
ruined.
imitations.
See,
Correct,
I love
poor
How I Met Your
imitation.
Mother
Tragic.
because it's one of the only shows that I watched premiere. I watched it live premiere, and then I watched it live end.
That is a cool milestone.
And
See?
that's the only show I've been able to do that with.
See, but I don't normally watch shows live premiere because
Mhm.
every time I do, they get canceled.
Yes, I
Like-
feel you there, dude.
Like
I
I remember
premiere, but I've seen a live ending, and yeah.
I
only
remember
live ending I've-
watching the live premiere of the show Terra Nova, which was an ABC or CBS dinosaur show that was fucking
Yeah.
awesome. And then
Oh,
at the
I remember
end of
that
the first
show.
season, they just canceled it.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember that '80s show?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Did it even get like, a season?
It lasted a season
Dumb.
and a half.
There's an NBC show called Kings that was phenomenal. It was like a modern day telling of David versus Goliath.
Okay.
And the king was played. I can't remember the guy's name, but he's in Deadwood. He played in Game of Thrones. He's in the John Wick movies.
The old guy who plays Odin in
Uh,
American
Indy
Gods.
Yes, yeah, old dude.
I like that guy.
He always has a very commanding voice, and he owns the brothel in Deadwood. You know, and
Right.
he was in the fourth Pirates movie. He was Blackbeard.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
Dylan
guy.
comes-
That guy plays the king, and what I really liked about his character, and this show only went for like part of a season. They cut it short and they moved it to Saturday night when no one's home. Like you could never tell, because one episode he'd piss you off, and the other episode you'd be like, "Wow, awesome! He's a cool guy. All right, he's not that bad." So then you're just it's like but he's always looking after himself. So the things that he does, it doesn't really it can go both ways for however you perceive him. And I thought that was just a really great and interesting way to write a character. And then they cut it completely short and pretty much was like, yeah, well, this was like, you can argue pros and cons of all these different shows, whether you like them, whether you don't, whether or not they thought they started strong, ended badly. When you start raising questions and you just fucking flat out don't answer them, that's when I hate it. I'd rather have a bad ending than a no ending. And I'll be honest
Correct.
about that. Because when you have Jericho that has such an awesome premise,
Surface.
and just the ending we got was not an ending.
Nope.
But
It
they
wasn't
did an
ending.
entire season just to end it.
Well, I mean, they did a comic book season 3.
I didn't know about that.
I have it over here, I think.
Brando
But
has
I
it.
remember fans were so pissed that they canceled it that they brought it back just for one more season, just to give it an ending.
Right.
Yep.
And
Brandon's going on the show and tell. See,
another show I
egged
wish
him
would have
into
got an
it.
ending or more of an ending was Surface. I don't know if anybody remembers that CBS show.
Mm-mm.
Wow, you have it.
Nice.
Yes,
That's
I do.
impressive.
And it's a pretty good read. I let Nate read it
That's
10
the
years
show
ago at
that
this point.
introduced
It's
me to
awesome.
The actor that plays Morgan on
Mhm.
The Walking Dead.
Exactly. Yeah.
And, I've loved that guy since. And then of course I watched
Lenny James.
Snatch, and he's in Snatch, and he's totally different character in that. But
Is the Snatch show as good as the movie?
Yeah, I think one of the only shows I've watched, I think beginning to end, was Heroes. I liked that show.
I never watched Heroes. I watched it like a little bit, but not.
I tried to
anything.
watch
Hold up. Time out.
Why?
Did anybody miss Buckles? What did you ask, Buckles?
I actually don't even remember what I just asked. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
I have the superpower, but you Actually, no, I said something and then just got completely sidetracked by something else. So
It was something about the movie that Dick said, Snatch, and you said the series. Is it better than the show? Or
There's a series?
Yeah, there's a Snatch series. I don't know much about it, but
Well, I know there's a prequel.
Is that on Pornhub?
There, no, there's a prequel, Lock, Stock,
I mean,
and Loaded.
I mean, they got
Lock,
free
Stock,
premium
and
during the
Loaded.
lockdown, or quarantine. So I'm just
Lock,
saying.
It's the same director, not a prequel.
I just
They're
want
not
original
related.
content.
It's set in the same era. Of,
I thought it was a prequel.
No, same director.
oh,
That's about it, though.
Guy Ritchie.
I have. Yes, it's a Guy Ritchie movie. There's actors that are in the same. There's actors from one to the other, but it's not a direct prequel.
But are they playing the same characters?
No.
Does anybody else feel like Dick is just flexing on us, bro?
I was really told. I was told that that's a prequel.
No, because it was actually made
I
first.
think it's The Shadow.
Or not? Yeah, not. I guess not a prequel, but
Lock, Stock was made first. If you've seen Snatch, Lock, Stock was made first, and the character that Mickey, the gypsy, that Brad Pitt plays, was actually a commentary because of Lock, Stock. Everyone said that they had to watch the movie with subtitles on it because no one could understand the fucking Cockney accents.
okay.
So Guy Ritchie made Mickey because he wanted to make a character that no one could fucking understand. Like that was the whole point of the character.
Okay. It's been a long time since I've seen Snatch. I mostly know Snatch because of like there's the compilation of like Darth Vader scenes that people.
I like how he uses the word snatch and compilation.
Yeah.
Don't Google search that.
If you get the chance, look up Snatch Wars, and it's just a compilation of Darth Vader scenes from Star Wars, and with Brick from Snatch, like he's the voice of Darth Vader, and it's just gold. It's just fucking gold. It's Darth Vader talking about feeding bodies to piggies and.
It's one of my favorite movies, actually. I fucking
Snatch
love it.
is great.
It's a great movie. If you haven't seen it, you definitely should.
I have like a playlist of movies of just like movies that are just ridiculous, and that's one of them.
Yep, definitely.
Are any of you guys watching just like currently airing TV shows?
No, I am not.
The only currently airing shows that I watch is probably like Rick and Morty and Archer. That's about it.
Are they still making
I need
Archer?
to catch up on Archer.
Yeah, there's like one more season to come or something like that.
The last episode I watched is where there was all the cocaine.
Oh, Archer Vice.
Yeah,
that's
the last season I watched.
There's the one after. Like,
wait, was that
they made
before or
one
after the one that were in like the C Lab?
That's the end of season 3, I think. I've got the whole fucking series.
What I want to know is, are we gonna get a final Metalocalypse?
I hope so.
They did put all the seasons up for streaming.
Doesn't Nate know one of the guys from Metalocalypse?
Just one of those things, these motherfucking guys.
No.
Into this episode.
Oh no, you know the guy from Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yeah, he interviewed the guy from fucking. He was Frylock. He interviewed him for Voice of Survival.
That's right.
Yeah. I like how we're just casually talking over Nate, just making grumbling voices.
That's okay.
I got Ghostbusters news. Sony.
Okay.
Sony
the
just.
New one?
Yeah. So it's been delayed until March 5th of 2021.
Oof.
It was supposed
so
to
many
come out in
movies
July.
are not happening this year.
Yeah. Well, Sony just shifted all their schedule because of what's going on.
I was just thinking about this earlier. Could you imagine if this was happening last year when Endgame was coming out?
I know. I
like,
thought
Endgame
about
just
that.
didn't come out. Like it got pushed a year.
Dick's face says it all. He looks like absolute fear.
Because it came out like end of April? Didn't they push it up to like
April?
Movie theaters would have been shut down. Like
April
Disney would have been
27th.
pissed. Disney
was smart. They would have told everybody to put $15 up on Disney Plus and buy it and just get it at home.
That's what they're probably going to do with Black Widow and Mulan.
Right. Well, they're doing it with Mulan.
Okay.
They are doing it with Mulan.
I don't really care if I see Black Widow.
No, they're just pushing that back. You're right.
Yeah.
The other thing I heard actually regarding Endgame, about a week ago or a couple days ago, China was going to reopen all their theaters, and they were
Yeah, they
going to
opened like
show.
500, and then they're like, no, it's just
Yeah, they shut them back down as of today. But did you hear what they were going to reshow?
was it Endgame?
They were going to reshow the Marvel MCU movies and Avatar
Hey, that's
because
big.
they
Dang.
get the most people into their theaters was the idea. However,
What's-
and Nate, you guys track this on JIC enough. Would that add to the overall box office for those two movies, and would we have a shift in the top two if it was
Potentially, yeah.
Endgame and Avatar getting a run directly against each other? We won't
Yeah,
see
it
now.
actually would affect. It would affect the
Yeah.
overall all-time numbers for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's like
So-
how when they re-released Titanic in 3D, it also bumped its numbers up.
Right.
So what's going on with our theaters here in Lafayette? Does Tyler know?
They're done.
Does it
No, I
they're
actually
done?
got an update and an email from them. They are not done.
They're not done.
They are not done. They're closed for the time being, and they anticipate to be able to reopen when they do.
They fired all their employees, Brandon.
I just got
They
the
don't-
email.
But he just got an email, Tyler.
I got an email from the from the company, and
Was it a layoff thing, or was it actually fired?
No, they
Well,
terminated
Goodrich-
all of their employees.
Hmm.
Goodrich filed bankruptcy.
yeah,
Correct. So they're
Right.
probably going to get bought out by AMC ultimately,
Or
is what's
So
going
Carmine.
if we
on.
get
No,
AMC
what's the other
theaters,
one?
cool. Cool.
Regal?
Sure.
Regal.
Yeah.
Regal.
Or Regal, yeah.
All the big ones. They're all like partially owned by Chinese.
We need to have
people.
theaters in our
So-
fucking town.
So they
Oh,
filed.
I cannot wait to go back to the theater.
So in the beginning, they filed.
question
They
about that.
filed for Chapter 11, which
Mhm.
means that they just restructure their debt and then
Right.
continue business as normal. And then immediately after that, the coronavirus shit happened, and then, excuse me,
Everybody has to shut down.
and then when they closed their doors, they said we're closing our doors indefinitely, and they terminated all employees that they had that were not salary and above.
Yeah, they might just have to rehire when they do reopen.
Yeah,
I'm just glad like none of my friends, because I had friends that worked at the theaters, and like I'm glad that none of them work there anymore and didn't have to
Right.
suffer through that.
you know, you want to know something that's really really weird?
Yes,
Tell us,
absolutely.
Tyler.
I applied for a part-time job there like 2 days before they closed the doors indefinitely.
Just for
Whoa.
some
Really?
fun. Oh, 'cause
You
get
just
free
wanted the
access.
popcorn.
Yes.
Oh, I'd be all for that.
I wanted
There was-
wanted to make over $10 an hour to stand and eat popcorn.
You just wanted the fucking popcorn.
I just want
Yeah.
to take home the garbage bag of popcorn at the end of the day. I would love that.
So
I
I have
heard
a
there was
popcorn
a-
machine in my house, and every day for the last 5 days I've made popcorn, except today.
I envy your life, Tyler. I want that popcorn.
I did hear something. There was some theater, I can't remember which, somewhere in America. The
Oh,
owner
I'm
closed
excited.
down, but was still selling the concessions outside the building. Like still selling the popcorn and shit, just to give the proceeds to his laid off employees.
Oh, I would go buy some movie theater popcorn today. No doubt
Uh,
about
would.
it.
I'll be right back, guys.
There's a like a historic theater here in Attica that 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, like right when the quarantine shit started, they obviously the theater was shut down, but they had the concession stand open. You would pull up because the theater is right in downtown in Attica, so you would pull up right outside of the theater. Someone would bring a fucking gigantic bag of popcorn to your car. You would give them cash and then fucking drive away with the world's largest bag of popcorn. So I,
I'm kinda
much like you, AP, am ready to fucking get back to the theater.
Oh yeah.
I just like I don't even care what movie. Like it's really sad because like Ruby and Skylar and I were really excited to go see movies like Onward. I didn't get to take Ruby to see that in theater before the outbreak.
Did it even get released before the outbreak?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a week
okay.
or so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many
then-
like kid-friendly fare that was coming out like now.
Like Trolls World Tour
Mhm.
is going straight to on demand
Right.
here
Oh,
at the end of this week, I think.
I know Liz
Um,
wanted to see that.
yeah, like
I would say I think Onward actually is out on Disney Plus sometime this week.
I think
Friday.
Friday.
hmm
Friday.
But it's not the same, man. I like going to
No.
movies and spending $115 on
Curious if
concessions.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to see if we start seeing drive-ins start having a little bit more business once the weather picks back
See,
up.
and I think that'll be awesome.
Ours aren't open.
I agree.
The club closest to me is not opening until May 1st, I think. But I was like, if it opened today, it would get so much business.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto Oklahoma, motherfuckers.
Oh,
That's it.
Jesus.
Seat, but good.
Yeah,
Oh,
I told Skylar yesterday, it's really funny that we're talking about this whole movie theater shit. I was in the kitchen, like, washing my hands or doing dishes or something. I can't remember, but, like, I got this random thought in my head that, like, man, I've eaten fucking 3 giant bags of popcorn today. Like, that fucking popcorn machine in my living room's on fucking overtime. And I fucking... you know, it's got a really, really small kettle, so I can only make like a fucking quarter of a bag at a time.
so you're just pump and dump, man.
Just fucking. Constantly. I'm always pump and dump. But like
I think that's the first time the AP has ever used the term pump and dump.
we'll allow it. We'll allow it this
It's
time.
only about popcorn.
But,
Is that the Supercast title, Pump and Dump?
pump and dump.
Pump and
I
dump.
popped my head around the corner and I was like, hey, I just want to let you know, when we sell this fucking shithole of a house that we live in, because I still hate it. I hate it more than I did 3 weeks ago, and that exponentially gets worse and
So
worse.
specific. I hate it more than I did 3 weeks ago.
But I popped my head around the corner and I was like, hey, just so you know, just want to make you aware that when we leave this fucking hellhole of a prison, that our next home will have a commercial popcorn machine. No questions asked. I am buying a movie theater, legit fucking the Gigantotron Pop Machine 9000. It will
Where
happen.
the little rain comes from the skies.
Just
Yes.
the
The go at the top and just comes down.
you're gonna go to like a movie theater that closes auction and be like, I'm buying that one, the
Yep.
big one in the back.
Actually, why don't you go ahead and give me
Dude,
both of them? I'll
just-
take 2.
My younger brother lives up in Chicago, and his girlfriend had to talk him out of buying a fucking a Euro spit, like the rotating giant
Okay, wait, time. Whoa,
Wait,
time out.
Oh, that's a bad decision on her behalf.
Why
spit. That's
did
what I told him to do.
why did he not karate chop that bitch straight in the throat?
Put her in there. Put her on
Yeah.
the stick.
Fucking
Just-
put her
God.
ass on the spit. Fucking Carol Baskin.
Did you see the,
Fucking Carol Baskin.
Fucking Carol Baskin.
That should be the episode title, fucking
Dude.
Carol Baskin.
Did you guys see? Did you guys see that a sheriff in Florida is reopening the cold case because he wants to find her fucking ex-husband?
Yeah.
How fucking wild is that?
All right.
Let's see how many times we can come back to Tiger King. Bye,
Did
Nate.
you,
We just lost
speaking of Tiger King, did you see that this whole thing has pretty much killed Waffle House?
You know, I did see the Waffle
Oh, like
House index was like really horrible.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like Tiger King. They're just like,
What?
we're never gonna financially recover from this.
I am never gonna financially recover from this. Dude,
it's all they
okay,
blew.
They
So
popped back in. He started laughing.
like
I just caught the last bit of that. That was great.
Like at one point yesterday, yesterday Skylar and I watched the final 3 episodes. You know, we did a little bit each day, and then yesterday, you know, it's Sunday. We're not doing a whole lot. Let's just get this over with. Because about midway through like episode 3, episode 4, I looked at her and I was like, man, I don't want to fucking watch this anymore because this is just making me sad.
Yeah.
Like,
Ooh,
like,
there's a spot in episode 4 that should have had a warning, bro.
like big sad, man. And I was like, fuck.
Triggered mode,
I
dude.
was excited to watch it because of that kind of shit.
But you know, we powered through it, but it's like I don't remember what I was gonna say, like at all. Zero.
It's got the Rona.
I said, you
Dick's
know
over
what's
to get Corona.
I said, you know what's really sad, and then I lost all semblance of what train of thought I had.
At the funeral. The funeral when he's speaking at his second husband's funeral.
I'm gonna be right back.
He's just like, you know, he was just the life of the party. Always cheer me up no matter what. You know, it just matter if I was sitting there in the office, down thinking about, making calls to politicians, trying to pay bills. And I'd be pretty down, and he would just drag his balls on my face. And
At the funeral. Like, what the fuck, dude?
his mom, the dude's mom is sitting right there, and he's up
Yeah.
there talking about his balls.
Did you guys notice that his mom was a tweaker too?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh
Drugs
my
are bad.
God. I'm recovering from like beer down the wrong tube right now.
God, I wish I could remember what I was going to say because it was very important and relevant.
You were talking about choking down the rest of the series, and you and Skylar decided to power through. And episode 4 was real roughy
Sad.
boy and sad.
I don't fucking remember what I was going to say.
Actually, I was going
At
to ask you guys, did you mentioned that like a dock guy or something that was in conjunction was arrested,
Doc
Doc
Antle.
that Tiger owner or whatever.
He's actually
Nate-
pretty famous. I recognized him.
Mhm.
The reason I bring him up for Nate and Brando, you guys watch wrestling enough. I'm pretty sure that's where the Undertaker was just shooting a promo from the other day. They had the Undertaker and Michelle McCool, swimming around with a tiger, and I'm pretty sure it was at his place.
Well,
That's crazy.
he was also
Less
the
than
guy
2
that
weeks.
he also handled the animals. He handled the animals for back in 2002 when Britney Spears did the VMAs thing with the snake.
Mhm. Yep.
And then when she was sitting in the audience, you know who was sitting right next to her? Fucking Carol Baskins. What?
Jesus.
Fucking
Nuh-uh.
Carol Baskin.
You come into my land, and I'll shoot you right between the eyes.
Put a cap in your ass, Carol.
Get a cap in your ass. Boom!
What's
so
up,
happened.
all my
I'm-
cats and kittens?
Oh, hello, my.
I'm gonna have your
my
head
fifth
in a
zombie dust
jar
right
when
now.
this is all said and done.
How many cats did they have?
227 at one point.
Yeah.
A lot.
Of like big cats?
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
tigers and
Yeah.
That's a lot of animals.
Yeah.
Also,
If I'm
I
wrong,
like
what-
he gets attacked and everybody just stands there and watches him fucking almost get fucking eaten. They're just like, yeah, whatever. Okay, I guess Joe's gonna fucking die now. It's
He's
cool.
fucking,
Fucking
he's
bitch.
fucking hitting it with a stick. You get back, you bitch.
Get the fuck back, you bitch.
He's all fucking googly eyed.
For those wrestling fans, if you haven't watched this week's Being the Elite, Adam Page's whole bit is about Tiger King, and he transforms himself into Tiger King. It's fucking hilarious. It's absolutely
Oh,
5-star comedy.
I think
Ugh.
the star of Tiger King was Joe Exotic's eyebrow ring.
yes.
Oh my god.
Oh,
just,
man.
just barely hanging on.
setting
there.
eyebrow rings back 20 years.
Also, the fact that he ran for president in 2016, and then right after that tried to run for governor of Oklahoma.
Hey, he got 19% of the vote. What the fuck?
In Oklahoma, well, yeah, for governor, not
In
for president.
Oklahoma. Yeah. Okay.
All while hiring somebody to,
Yeah.
hey,
He pulled a Tim Lambesis.
hey. Well, you like Tim Lambesis, so I mean, I don't know.
I do. I mean, it is what it is. You
He's-
know, I mean, I can't speak for what was going on at the time. But I can speak from what seen of his proactiveness post recovery.
He said he was sorry.
rehabilitation.
He said he was sorry.
He said he was okay. He said he was sorry.
Once
I
again,
still have
Oh,
no desire
man.
to watch
once again,
This
guys,
is guilt.
this has been what I needed.
Mm-hmm.
Hell
Yeah, it
yes.
Whether or not we're stuck at home, whether or not some of you guys got to get out there and you guys are essential. and you guys got to work.
One more.
You know,
I've got one more day work from home status for a week.
well, I mean,
Yeah,
at least
I'm that way till the 17th.
I don't know. Right now, as of right now, they're still saying the 7th. I did not see that update from our governor, Tyler, about that lift. I looked for it.
Did anybody happen to see the tweet from the New York governor today?
No.
The most.
I don't think so.
Would they?
Cuomo, I think his name is, actually
Cuomo?
made a comment.
Yeah.
Like, basically, if you're a healthcare worker and your area is not, currently under siege or in a horrible position, please come to New York. We need all the help we can get.
Really?
Like, just medical people. And, like, I think there was a line somewhere about this isn't politics. This is not about politics. This isn't red or blue. This is red, white, and blue.
Mm,
I'm going, dude, I'll vote for you. Run for president. Fuck, man.
right?
Let's
showing
go
more-
beyond red, white, and blue. It's a global thing, guys. Like
Yeah.
this could eradicate us like we're fucking cockroaches.
So here's
Then someone
here's-
just
Well,
sprayed
there'll-
rain
there'll
on
be
Earth.
Some people that'll weather this. Those people that'll recover, and then they'll probably be immune after.
But yeah,
You
But
know,
it is a
you
new
know,
plague, essentially.
this
The
is
sad thing is, you know who's going to survive this? Who's going to have the immunity and be the one person left or whatever?
Keith
It's gonna be the
Richards,
fucking
obviously.
White.
people. It's going to be the Tiger King people. That's who's going to survive this.
It's going to
Betty
be like idiocracy. Basically,
Keith Richards
the
and
dumb will
Joe
survive.
here's
TY.
I still think
here's the problem with the whole coronavirus thing is every time we have a disease that is it's not directly man-made, which conspiracy theory, let's just throw it out the window temporarily. I'm looking at you, crazy secret lab that's really close within miles to the market where the outbreak started. But the problem is we have a virus that has jumped from species to species more than once. The coronavirus is something that we vaccinate in dogs and beef on a yearly basis in North America. The fact that it is doing what it's doing to us, we have so much misinformation, and it's not inaccurate misinformation. It's just no one knows what the fuck is going on. We've had an overwhelming death toll on the elderly. That death toll is creeping younger and younger by the week. We have had small children now pass in the last 2 weeks. So there are so many unknowns that
Mhm.
we as a developed nation and the developed world as a whole are not used to not knowing what the fuck is going on. And when you have something that is totally affecting global health, global trade, everything across the board, everyone at least everyone in this group, everyone in my friends group on Facebook has seen me argue with politics with
Mhm.
people for the last couple weeks, which for the last couple years I have abstained from. We're past that point now, and every day I open my Facebook, and I just want to see some juicy
It's hard.
memes and some dumb Tiger King shit. And I see another person that I know, whether it's an acquaintance or directly discount how serious this coronavirus pandemic is. And it's every fucking day. Like if we as a society would just take this serious, like legitimately, who needs to
We'd
go
whip
to
it.
work? You know who needs to go to work? Healthcare workers. You know who else needs to go to work? People producing electricity. You know
Mhm.
who else needs to go to work? People taking care of the sewer.
That's
Mhm.
it.
that's
Well,
what's
we need
essential.
we need food. So
Mhm.
grocery
I guess that's
store
true.
workers,
Grocery
I'm
store
sorry,
workers
you are
too.
essential. I don't need to go to work. There's
Right.
not one person in this fucking septuple chat that we have here that needs to go to work. You,
Yeah.
Blaine, go.
PSA.
I
those,
do.
those little masks, with the cool little pretty little designs that people are like sewing
Yeah.
up and making for
They do
healthcare workers,
nothing.
they do nothing. They don't work. Stop wasting your time. No, I'm happy you're trying to be proactive.
Well,
Right.
apparently, if you
Stop
put
doing it because it does nothing.
Apparently, there's something you're supposed to stick in between the layers that are supposed to help, but they're not
A
doing
HEPA
it.
filter.
Yeah, like cut up your furnace filter and use it.
But no, you can just buy a HEPA filter
Well,
at
asbestos,
any
right?
hardware store. It's pretty standard.
Inhale
practice.
asbestos aggressively.
Yes. Fucking shove a Pringles can up your ass
Oh.
and just fucking
Hey,
just,
let's
just
have-
vape
No, please don't.
asbestos.
bring
No,
a Pringles
no.
can into this.
Was it a used Pringles can? Is what we need to know. Is this a used?
Absolutely.
Oh,
Was it
Right.
from someone's
He was
bedroom?
But
Uh,
so all this is going on. There's so many unknowns, and it's like all we would have to do is legitimately stay at home. Here's the problem, okay? And I've had this argument with the hypochondriac people that I work with for the last 2 weeks, because apparently I'm a representative for the CDC and the United States government, and
You are.
I
You
have
Great job.
are, Ty.
I
Great
have
job,
to
T.Y.
educate these people because they don't know how to use the technologies.
Internet? What the fuck's that?
So let's just
It's a
let's
series
pause.
of tubes, I believe.
Let's pause time where we're at, right?
mhm.
If every one of us in America, or let's just say Indiana, okay, not one of us leaves our house for the next 2 weeks,
Mhm.
okay,
Period.
Sure.
and then we immediately go to life as normal. What happens?
Everything's gonna collapse back, just like's happening in China.
So it does not
Yeah.
like this whole flatten the curve phenomenon and the peaks and valleys and all this statistical bullshit. Like our government from the local level all the way up to the federal level has like it is their responsibility to say if you guys don't leave your house you're going to die. And they're not doing that because they don't want to incite panic after panic has already been incited.
Mhm.
But we are going to kill each other because everything is going to open back up and then it's all going to fucking start over again.
Have
And
you seen?
it is going to get to the point where people like me who are at their wits end and care so little that if we're walking down the street and you cough and my wife and my child are with me, I'm going to blow your fucking brains out. Can't infect me if you're dead.
Fucking Joe Exotic with the pistol.
Yeah.
Come on,
Just
my
say
girl,
blood
fucking
splatter might be the
bastard.
trick, though.
Have you seen?
What's the if 6 feet gets you out of the cloud for coughing? What's for blood splatter? What's the radius on a gunshot wound?
It depends on where it's at.
It can't be passed by blood, can
It
it?
frightens me that you might actually know that.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest. Blaine, what you got?
Have you guys seen like the little map of like the Spring Breakers phones?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
I
my
have.
god, that is the thing that is most terrifying.
Oh, is that the
Yep.
ones that were all congregated together? Like, I don't care. It's my spring break. I'm gonna
Yeah,
do
but
whatever I
for
want.
And then
most,
they
but
travel
from
back
mostly the Mississippi River east, though, if you noticed, it's nothing out west. There was almost nobody from California
yeah.
going.
It's all-
California at
it's
least
all-
has some sense of
It's because they have no reason to go to fucking Florida.
yeah.
It's all this half of the United States. You know, it's Mississippi beyond west, nothing.
Mhm.
But it's all. I mean, 'cause
Honestly,
spring break. Yeah, anything beyond the Mississippi, you can just go to California.
Right.
right.
But
The
eastern
most
U.S., it's just Florida, East Coast, Gulf, and
You
then
wanna-
they
the
go
most
back
fucked
home,
up thing I've
and then it's
seen.
just fuck everybody.
I had to
The
have
most
an
fucked
argument.
up thing that I've seen recently. Most fucked up
Hey.
thing I've seen was Saturday afternoon. I saw a tweet. It was a picture, an overhead picture of one of the beaches in Florida,
Oh.
where literally you could see where one county had shut down the beach and the other had not, and you could see a distinct line and where people were, where the county line was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like half the beach empty, half the beach completely fucking packed.
People are
So-
Meanwhile, the governor, is it DeSantis? It's the governor of Florida.
Yeah.
is blaming it on people coming from New York.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
He
what a
didn't-
fucked up.
He didn't
like,
shut. He did not order a statewide closure of the beach,
No,
and that's on everything happening. Everything taking place in Florida, and realistically, the whole Gulf of Mexico is on his shoulders because
oh, absolutely,
he had
100%.
direct control. He had the initiative. He
Mhm.
could have shut it all down and
Mhm.
flattened the curve, as they say. Here's another frustrating point that I have. I had to educate, argue, and explain to more than one person the last week that China is a nation of 2 billion people.
Yep.
There's a lot of people in that landmass, and it's a
It is a-
large ass landmass. It's massive.
Guy, it's 4,800 by 4,500 miles. So guy comes up to me and says, "Well, we got the most confirmed cases," and I was like, "Okay, yep, mm-hmm." And he's like, "China's doing all right." I was like, "Well, China's about to get fist fucked round 2."
Yes,
It is
round
a
2 is
cycle.
happening.
Because they opened their country back up, and then all the people that weren't infected got infected,
Mhm.
and then it's like, oh, now it's all bad again.
But the people that are getting reinfected, apparently it's much milder.
Well, and that's
I mean,
you know,
not to
It's like the flu vaccine.
Yeah.
and I don't get the flu vaccine, and I don't get the flu, so I don't have to worry about it. But
Right.
Can I read a text real quick?
Yeah.
like
So-
personally or verbally.
No, verbally. My grandmother, she's one of the snowbirds. She's one of the snowbirds. She goes down to Gulf Shores every winter for like
Yep, big
3 or
fan of
4
that
months.
place.
Like
Yeah,
November
Gulf
to
Shores is
March
great.
kind of thing.
It's not Myrtle Beach. It's not super touristy. It's
Mhm.
just Gulf Shores. Okay.
Great place.
So she sends me a text last Friday. She says, "Hello to everyone. Hope all is going well. I'm not leaving until April 6th. As of today, it's pretty quiet here. Beaches are closed and all pools. We have 6 here at the plantation. I'm guessing that's the
Pools?
condo area there.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah, Sprink Breakers have pretty much gone home now. Heard you're shut down. Be safe. Love you, Grandma." That makes me happy that Gulf Shores is done
Smart.
for right
yeah.
now. Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Did you see
the thing
that,
that occurred to me the other day? Like, go ahead, AP.
Oh, I was saying, did you see that? Was it New Orleans mayor said they weren't going to cancel Mardi Gras because they weren't told they had to?
New Orleans
The
is
mayor
fucked.
is like, fuck off, guys.
It's a ghost town now,
Right.
but they really just screwed everyone.
Oh yeah,
when
that
they
first.
opened it.
Yeah, the weekend. Yeah, the weekend prior to St. Patrick's Day, there
Mhm.
was like parties out the ass.
Right.
New Orleans is fucked.
Um,
Mhm.
what was the
indeed.
other thing I'd read? Was it I think yesterday's press conference that Trump had, and it makes some like backhanded comment that he thought like there was too much usage of masks and ventilators.
they
He thought
thought
that
they
like
were being
healthcare professionals
stolen or
were
something?
stealing them,
Yeah.
selling them out the back door or some shit.
That's
But no, they're just dying left and right. No, they're trying to scam you, you fuck.
well, they're not, they can only use them once. That's you
Right.
can't reuse a mask. It's like
Right.
wearing it's like wearing a rubber glove all day. It's not going to help you.
It depends,
Right.
because like Skylar, they are reusing masks.
Isn't that
They're
not
not
against
supposed to, but
protocol?
they are. Yeah.
No, that is the protocol because there's not enough.
Right, but like that's
Right.
not normal protocol because you can.
Correct.
No. Normal protocols, you're supposed to change it between every patient.
Right,
you
but
meet.
because of the shortage, they have to use them as
Yeah,
long as
they
they're
have
not
to. Right.
soiled.
Yep.
Yeah,
The
and
other thing that I've seen was Dick's got his hand up.
Blaine, go in. Go in.
My friend Josh
Go
just
hard.
messaged me. Josh McKinney of the the non-toxic on stage group. He messaged me. He says, "Promote my feed pics."
promoted.
He also says, "I hear from New Orleans has plenty of water though." Ahem.
Oh.
Oh shit, that's a Katrina joke.
Ooh, ow.
George W. Bush hates black people.
Did you see Eric Idle from Eric Idle from the Monty Python troupe put out a tweet yesterday that said, "Man, I love how the president of the United States is opening all the beds at his empty hotels for coronavirus patients." Oh wait, he's not. Oh,
Well, didn't he do a speech next to like one of those naval hospital boats? And they're like, "Yeah, look what we did." I'm like, that's not a good sign. Like,
no,
it's not.
no, it's not.
It's like we brought plague
Look how
cards.
fucked we
enjoy
are,
your plague
yeah!
cards.
Well, I heard something where he had Trump had commented like he got a hold of that the British report, Tyler, the one you had reposted that said predicted like what 2.2 million Americans dead if nothing changes. He apparently got a hold of that like 2 days ago and said something to the effect of, "I think if we can get that number down to 100 or 200,000, then we're doing a pretty good job." Motherfucker, if one dies, you're doing a bad job.
Well, I mean,
Jesus.
so I have gone on record to defend Donald Trump in the past and the Republican side of our government, and I'm not necessarily doing it here. But for the people that were outraged when Italy started to triage, I'm sorry, you just need to educate yourself on mass casualty events because that is
It's
how
gonna happen.
that is how our society is set up. So
Absolutely.
I have at one time I was a state licensed first responder, and I've been through incident commander training and mass casualty event training, and having to be trained to triage and decide who gets treatment and possibly survives and who doesn't get treatment and possibly dies is not a fun thing to have. It's not a fun skill to have.
No, I can imagine. Yeah.
But it's realistic. So in Italy, the people that are being triaged, they're being triaged for a reason. And it's especially hard in Italy because they have one of the oldest populations of Europe and the world. So it makes it exponentially more difficult. If you look and I watched the majority of Holcomb's stream today. It was mostly doctors speaking. Thankfully, it wasn't just him. Because if it was him, he would have just been reading scripture and things that aren't relevant to what's going on right now.
Yeah, Revelations might be.
Was he the governor right after Pence, or was there one in between there?
Yep.
No, it's him.
No, that's him.
But so if you kind of put this in perspective, the major hospital organizations in Indiana. So you have IU, you have Franciscan, you have Eskenazi, Witham, and then Unity. There's 5 major ones. I think there might be a 6th. I can't remember. But they are all essentially one organization right now. There is a basically understanding that everyone now has this mass casualty protocol. And if you notice here in Lafayette, there are tents being set up outside of our hospitals to triage. That's what they're there for. They're to screen and triage.
Well, did you guys hear that they're converting McCormick Place into a 3,000 bed hospital?
Yes.
Whoa.
So
yeah.
So through, and I would imagine Illinois is the same way, and that's kind of where I was getting at. Through the shutdown of anything elective, anything elective or non-life threatening outpatient surgery centers. Skylar recently just left the hospital to go and work at a doctor's office. So her whole doctor's office will be converted into an ICU. Anyone who is a specialist. So Skylar's former doctor was the only gastroenterologist in Northwest Indiana for Franciscan. He will get on the job training over the next few weeks as an intensive care doctor.
Jeez, that's fucked up.
Every doctor and caregiver in our state right now is preparing for what's going to hit our state in the next 3 weeks. And if you look at their models, they don't know when it's going to be. They have projections of it being as early as the end of this week. They have it at being as far out as Memorial Day. and they cannot
Mhm.
predict when it's going to be.
Well, I heard they've been fast tracking med school graduates too, like getting
that-
them right
that,
through.
that was part of it today. So anyone who is a graduate or
Resident.
someone who hasn't anyone who hasn't done their residency,
Mhm.
they are basically going to do on the job training to get them say, well, you're not going to get to do your residency, but here you go. People are going to die. Good luck.
Yeah,
And
getting
then
the crash course. For
there's
sure.
over 5,000 volunteers in the state as of today. And anyone who is pregnant over the age of 50 has pre-existing health conditions. There's a whole list of things. They're going to do telemedicine. So basically, if you are an RN or an LPN in the state of Indiana, you are going to be retrained as a trauma nurse.
Wow.
From here on out.
Truthfully, I'm very thankful that my stepmother is a retired nurse. She's already out, so I'm very thankful that's not her at this point.
There's a call for them to come back, and that was a part of.
At this point, my stepmom's almost in her late 60s at this point. She's not leaving the house.
But she could work from her home and do
True.
telemedicine, and that was part of the stream today. So
yeah. I'm honestly, I'm kind of counting my blessings in that regard. I've got a stepsister in South Carolina that's a surgical tech. She's on call right now, or she's at the hospital right now. My stepmom was a retired reserve major nurse, so she would be front line more than likely.
Right
at this point.
Yeah,
I've been lucky enough that we have a recruited team of National Guardsmen at the food bank helping us right now, which is wonderful.
Mm-hmm. So the important part of my long-winded exposition here is that if you are considering not taking it seriously, just don't.
Right.
Just don't. Because people's mothers are going to die. People's children are going to die. Because you don't think it's as serious as it is.
I was out walking my dog today and saw a bunch of teenagers playing basketball, and I thought, I'm glad you're getting out of the house. I'm happy you're, getting a little steam blown off, but don't play fucking basketball. Don't play a contact sport for now, please. Get the fuck out of here. Right.
Man,
I said during my chill stream today, I went live for a few minutes today, and tried out the new Mountain Dew flavor.
How is it? I didn't
good.
get to watch it, so I got to know.
It's pretty good. It reminds me of like a berry lemonade, kind of ish.
It's got a fucking shark on it.
It does. Well, it's pretty cool because it's got a shark busting through the ice. It's like it's got like
if you remember the food is good and other such things, you saw that I reposted. There is Mountain Dew flavored Doritos.
Yeah.
If you want some interception there, yeah.
What? Get out of here
it's
with
a thing
that
that exists.
bullshit.
That's the definition of coulda, not shoulda.
That's the definition of Tiger King in a bag.
America. Yes,
it's Tiger King in a bag.
Don't knock it until you try it. Don't knock it until you try it.
So,
well, I remember I went to that Cover Bridge Festival and they had Mountain Dew beef jerky, and I was like, yeah, that's Indiana Festival right there.
So a few years ago,
That's done in Mansfield, right?
The Covered Bridge is no, that's not
Rockville, Mansfield, somewhere
It's
around there.
Anderson.
Yeah.
It's Anderson area, I thought. Madison County.
Rockville? No,
Rockville is one of the places.
Rockton.
Thank you, Tyler.
I thought it was Madison County. I could be very wrong. I don't.
There's multiple cities that it's happening at the same
I
time.
did not know.
Yeah.
I thought it was in.
Well, no. If it's in Madison County, that's in Anderson, and I refuse to believe that Anderson's still a city that exists.
Across college campuses a few years ago, Mountain Dew did a taste test where they had literally nacho cheese Dorito flavored soda.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh,
carbonated.
God.
That flavor carbonated would be rough.
So imagine if you were able to get your hands on a nacho cheese flavored Mountain Dew, and then Mountain Dew flavored chips.
Mountain Dew flavored nuts.
You have them flip flopped.
I'm pretty sure there's a time space continuum rupture in that exact.
Say, doesn't
position.
everything just cancel out and you
That's like-
fucking turn into an ultimate bro?
So
That's
so real
it's like
quick,
there's an old Robin Williams bit about standing in the middle of the street with a Starbucks on either side of you.
Lewis Black.
Yes.
Lewis Black
Lewis
did
Black.
that.
No, Lewis Black. You're right. Lewis Black. You're right.
The end
Where's
of the
him right
universe.
now? I want to hear his thoughts on all this.
Oh.
I don't know. I hope he's surviving. I want him to be alive. That man needs to be alive.
I disagree, but
Is Dick frozen or is he just in that?
No,
phase?
I'm not.
so
Who's preparing a dickening?
you guys know like how triggered I get normally anytime we bring up the whole the Pringles event,
This event?
right?
Yeah, I hope. Don't
Does
don't
AP
explain.
not know the story?
I don't know the
Oh,
story.
No.
Oh man.
Don't explain the Pringles event. Please don't. Just leave it as a mystery to the listener.
I will
Just
do
leave
that.
it the Pringles incident. Just let it let it
The
linger
let my
there.
mind
Pringles
swirl.
event, the Pringles event is normally a very traumatic experience for me. Let's just draw parallels here. That is what the first thing that popped into my mind when you said nacho cheese flavored Mountain Dew.
I really,
Hey. So real quick comment. Josh McKinney says the Asian market next to the plasma place in West Lafayette has a whole aisle of weird flavored Doritos, chicken noodle soup.
oh, is that all the ones
example.
from the Asian only market? Like all the weird Cokes?
Do they
I
have
don't know.
Do they have bat flavored Doritos?
Do they have bat flavored Doritos? Josh McKinney, answer this.
I'll let
In the
Ozzy
chat,
know.
we have comments going on. If
I
anybody
quit.
is watching,
Nate's out. Nate's done.
It's
Okay,
that, I saw that
okay.
meme. It was like you are what you eat, and it's like that
We
one
have-
that one Chinese dude, and he's like, here's a picture of Batman.
Oh, wasn't it also someone
Oh,
that
no.
gave himself the plague by eating a wild rabbit or something?
I don't
Wasn't
even,
that?
I don't
Oh,
even
God.
want to imagine what kind of pandemic we'd have if somebody ate a goddamn rabbit.
Just say, hey, you got rid of the COVID. Guess what? Time for the boss battle now. Here's the plague. Play the boss music. You're trying Black Plague now.
I'm gonna find
Alright.
that.
I'm 5 zombie dusts in, and I'm feeling pretty good. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
get a 6.
All right.
Well,
Okay,
that's
I'm going to here in a minute. Anyway, real quick, Covered Bridge is Park County, and it's Rockville, Tangier, Mansfield. I said Rockville.
There's a
already.
Tangier, Indiana.
Bridgeton, yeah.
I've been to Mexico, Indiana, but never Tangier, Indiana.
Turkey Run.
Dick, what's wrong?
I ran out of
What the hell is that?
I ran out
Coxville.
of bottles of zombie dust, so I'm reduced to my can of zombie dust.
that sounds so sad.
That
really
look,
sad.
that expression was just the most.
Look, he was pooping over there.
So on Jeopardy today, this is trending on Twitter, by the way. It was Final Jeopardy, and the answer was McGruff the crime dog. But
Okay.
only one person got it right. One person answered Scooby Doo.
Okay.
Obviously, didn't win. And this one dude bet Rough McGruffin.
What was the question?
I'm kind of curious myself.
Oh,
Is Trebek still hosting the show live,
Yeah.
or is this all taped?
Hold
No,
on,
he
here.
got it.
Because I know dude's got cancer.
Yeah, pink.
There's this lady who was just
You know-
filming it.
I thought you were
How-
gonna
how
say
often
someone
on
put Carol
average?
Baskin.
Carol Baskin is like,
Fucking Carol Baskin.
How often, on average, do you think Trebek just looks at someone and just silently goes, "You fucking moron"?
We've been doing
Often.
it for.
You-
Tyler
you-
tagged me.
you
I'm gonna tag out
idiot.
and get myself a Pepsi.
Pepsi is good. I like tea.
Liz and I have been watching old Jeopardy that's on Netflix, like old collections.
That's crazy that they have that on Netflix.
I'm kind of impressed. I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah, it's like it's broken up basically on like one person's like run. Like we just finished one guy who had like a 12-episode streak. Hate that guy so much.
What was that? Ken?
No, it was
Ken
Seth
Jennings.
Wilson.
Ken Jennings.
Jennings,
Wow.
yeah.
All right,
that
so
fucking guy.
What about that Whole Houser kid?
I don't know.
Dude,
I
Jennings
stopped
cracked me
watching
up because
after
he
I got
got
out of high school.
like Jennings would crack me up because he would get out and like he'd be so far ahead at Final Jeopardy when that came around. He would just put a bullshit answer in just to be a dick. Like he'd bet $0 and put something stupid in.
That's my kind of fucking guy right there.
You always gotta go all in on. I'd always bet all on Final Jeopardy.
Like the clue, the clue for the McGruff was Jack Keel's team created this animal character rolled out in 1980, the year of USA's highest recorded murder rate.
Oh.
Who is Joe Exotic?
I can see that.
And the dude answered rough
Joe Camel?
And the dude answered
Joe Camel? What?
Rough McGruffin.
You know, I still like Scooby Doo. I like that one. If they've actually got, I like that more. It's got Scooby Doo investigating actual murders. It's not just old man Jenkins in a mask. It's a fucking serial killer.
CSI Scooby Doo. Just.
Whoa, Raggy, we round Ted Bundy.
He pulls the sunglasses down and
he's a handsome fella.
Dun 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 dun.
You guys want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
Last night, you know.
I need more whiskey.
It's late at night. I cooked we didn't cook dinner last night. We did takeout. And everyone's quiet in my household. You know, I nestle into my bed, trying to get warm. And I'm just nestle. Fucking, I get dug in like an Alabama tick. You ain't getting me out of there.
Tyler, are you the last one in?
I ain't got time to be cold. Yes, I'm the last one in. So, oh, what is happening here? What in tarnation? I got the Blaine. I don't know if you noticed it or not, but I brought the dragon pad back.
I noticed.
Dragon pad.
I know. So, tangent, real quick. I've been listening to Religious Cast, episode 30 of Podcastrophe with Rollo.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah, I remember that.
It's been.
Wasn't Alex also on that?
Who? No, that
Alex,
was like
wasn't
in
she
the
also on
50s. This is episode.
Oh,
30.
that's right. It was the one you just shared recently. That was Tyler and you in the old room.
Yep.
And with
Rollo.
Yep. And we're coming up on the 1 year of Rollo's passing, and so like, of course, I listen to it because I miss Richard hardcore right now. Not to bring this down, but you, Tyler, you like, I don't know what you did, but you somehow spilt some beer on you.
I got beer on the dragon pad, and it's still there. It's right there.
And we were drinking some pretty awkward milkshake from Blue Link in Plainsfield, Indiana. God, it's just bringing back some memories. That was 2 years ago.
Oh.
That was 2 years ago.
I always loved his live streams.
Who? Rich?
Yeah.
Oh,
I saw the one where like you had the girl on and they kept having weird sex stories. I was like, what the hell is happening?
Oh, Alex. Yeah.
Dude,
Richard was a blast. And that was before he really moved out of work area. So I miss Richard like crazy because he was a blast to have around. He was a lot of drama at work, but he was a lot
that
of fun.
episode of Richard and Alex together with me in the room, my fucking dick was harder than a diamond in an ice storm.
I know. I know.
Could you not do that while I'm drinking, you bastard? Could you not do that right now?
Tyler, it was just like this.
Yes, like that broadsword.
Broadsword in hand.
I highly recommend any episode of Podcastrophe with Richard. There's
100%.
Wolves with Dances. That's episode 6.
Episode 5.
6. Was it
5 Colors was 6.
Yeah, you're right.
How
Okay.
does he know your number?
No,
I was
it's
just
okay.
thinking that
It's
too.
okay. I was off by 1. I'm
7
allowed
is this
that.
house is bitching. 8's he's not that fast.
Oh, I was on the house is bitching.
And then there's
Yeah.
I think episode 20. I want to say episode 20. No, or was it episode 30?
I just need
I know
one
episode 30 for
giant episode with all the content together. Just a whole, just
A
4
Richard
hours of Rolo
compilation.
or something.
Yeah.
Just,
I need to make a Richard compilation. Like he was just such a fun guest to have, and I seriously miss him.
well, I remember that song you were playing about broke me.
Huh?
That
Lesbian
song he
Seagull?
played? That song he was playing?
Oh my god!
Oh
Oh
my
my god,
god.
Lesbian
Lesbian
Seagull.
Seagull.
What is that from? What is that
Beavis
from?
and Butthead Do America.
Yes. Okay.
But no, Rolo Richard, he had his own. It had nothing to do with that song. He just made his own song called "Lesbian Seagull," and I'll send it to you. But it's,
Hermaphroditic panda.
Oh yeah.
It's my favorite part of the whole song. Hermaphroditic
I can't stress this
panda.
enough. I miss Richard.
Me too.
Richard, the absence of Richard at work has been just tremendous. It's one of the reasons I stopped doing some of the stuff I did at work because, which I mean, by that I mean going to another team because he was on that other team, and I just stopped going to that other team because he. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that. I miss
You can get
Richard.
shirts with his face on it still, I think.
Rolo the
Fuck yeah.
Destroyer
You can still get those shirts.
on Teespring. Yeah.
Mhm. So something a little bit more happy. And I nestled into my bed last night, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You clearly walked off that story. Sorry.
Yeah,
We
we
went back
did.
to the nestling. Yeah, we
all
really got
good.
off that.
I'm
It's all
getting all
good.
snug as a bug in a rug,
Mm-hmm.
and I pull out my phone like I do always. I blind myself.
Do you have popcorn with you?
I didn't have popcorn.
Just have a bag of popcorn in your phone, just eating it in the bed. Just
God, if I could
Believe
have
it.
if I could have popcorn in the bed, it probably would happen. But that's a no popcorn zone. And
Whose
I forgot-
vibrator turned on? Holy shit.
That was my anus. But why do you think I picked up my phone? I had to turn that thing on.
Again, while I'm drinking, you absolute madman. Again.
So I've been tobacco free now since the beginning of February.
Yay.
It's still miserable. I
Fuck
hate it.
yeah, bro.
I feel
wonder you're
absolutely
angry.
zero better than I did back in February.
what tobacco?
Chewing tobacco.
But
My lip feels better, but physically I don't.
That's good.
So anyway, I'm laying there and I'm like, man, you know what would be really good during this fucking quarantine? I'm gonna get real
An
into
over the
drinking.
page, the over the pants HJ.
I mean, that is my favorite episode of Workaholics.
I'm in an actual HJ. Okay.
We got the dick face again.
I mean-
we got the dick face again.
I'm bequeathing this to you. I'm naming her Montessa. Anyway. I'm real into my ninja phase again. Anyway,
You're snug as a bug in a rug.
I pulled out my phone and I opened Google and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking be a little bit fucking provocative here and I'm gonna look up a nice fucking bong. And
Hey.
Like a
oh yeah,
glass water.
oh yeah.
Okay.
From 9 p.m. until almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I
Were you
laid in
price
bed-
matching or what?
Yes, I laid in bed last night trying to find the perfect bong for me.
I think
Hey,
there's
I
a
actually
hero
know a
right
guy
now.
that makes pieces. I know a
You
guy
make
that
a
makes
full-
pieces. Yeah.
I'll be right back.
We found
I
one.
want to know what a perfect piece for Tyler would look like.
We found one that was the Mario green
It's a
pipe
fist.
Where you put the bud is the red flower. Yes.
Nice.
The little piranha plant.
I think Nate's
Is Nate frozen?
Nate's erect over there.
Excuse me, I think I just gone into cardiac fucking arrest. Oh my god.
AP got the sword back out.
He's erect. He's fully stabbed.
It's his erect representation.
Title of my sex tape.
Anyway, if I'm gonna partake in the cannabinoids, my favorite way, and I think the way that everyone should do it, is from a fucking gigantic water bong.
Bingo!
And
never done it.
I spent so a little bit of backstory here. You know, I have recently graduated from high school, and I'm at a party, and you know, I'm doing my thing. I'm having a good time, and this guy comes out of this back room with what, in my mind, first glance was the
Okay,
mask.
that's beautiful.
The mask for a gimp suit.
That is
I was like-
gorgeous. What?
I was like, okay, wait a minute, whoa. And he's like, no, man, you hook a bong to this thing. It's a gas mask. And I was like,
it's the Laramie Tunsil special. Yeah,
I was like, oh, I'm interested.
it's the Laramie Tunsil special.
So I take first stab at this gas mask, put it on, fucking cinch that fucker tight. I ripped this bong, and it's like, okay, I'm gonna clear it now. And then it's like, holy fuck, that's a lot of smoke. Where do I go with it?
Where do I go with it?
So I exhale, and it's like, oh no! And then you immediately take another deep breath, and the way that I describe it to people is, you know what your foot feels like when it falls asleep? Very tingly.
Tingly.
Yeah, very tingly. When I did that, when I ripped that fucking gas mask bong from the back of my head to my eyeballs, I could feel the tingle hit my skin.
Whoa.
Spinal.
Spinal. It was a final event. Oh no!
Nay.
Womp womp.
But yeah, so ever since that moment, because up until that point, I had never smoked out of a bong before. And from that moment on, that's really the only way that I would take.
Does Tyler sound like he's purring when he's talking to you guys?
He's got a little, he's got a
bit, yeah,
metallic
he's a little-
twang to his voice now.
Little bit of lag there, yeah.
Say something. So we've been off work for a week plus, and I haven't done anything extracurricular.
Okay.
That's just all he had to say. Yeah.
I was gonna say,
there wasn't a point to the story.
He's sad about
that.
I'm just really sad because I was really hoping to get some real early on, you know, or at least this weekend, and I didn't get any of that.
I mean, how do you think I feel, fucking Blaine? I'm still at work.
I know, and that makes me mad, honestly.
I'll be back in
Yeah.
tomorrow.
I mean, I'm glad
like to
you're
get paid to
working.
sit at home.
I'm glad you're working, but it makes me mad that you're not able to take off.
Well,
for
and
this like
and,
I
and,
am.
and- so there are some benefits to this, and I tried to get there earlier, but my brain wouldn't work. So like, there's been a lot of people that are like, well, the Fed and the Treasury are ruining the value of the U.S. dollar. And I mean, that's pretty much science. It's science. Like, that's economics. We are ruining the value of the dollar.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah.
what we have to remember is we are not the only nation doing this. So the British
Right.
pound is happening. The euro, it's happening to the euro as well. So if the value of all of this currency, which is imaginary anyway, just goes
Thank
away,
you.
We just
It just
pretend
goes-
it's not.
What's that?
Just pretend it's not. It's just
Well, I mean, there would be a lot of incentive if the value of the dollar and the euro and the pound all just went to nothing. There is an incentive to find a new system that is universal for everyone. This is the standard at which we hold our currency, and then we figure it the fuck out. Go ahead, Blaine.
barter system.
What was this recently that I saw about the U.S. digital dollar?
So I
Thank
think
you,
it
Tyler.
is. I think it is taking inspiration from Australia. I think at one time, like in the last 5 to 7 years, Australia took a portion of their currency and went fully digital with it, kind of like not necessarily cryptocurrency, but kind of like if you have money in your PayPal or your Venmo, but it is only ever digital.
Hmm.
I think Australia were the first ones to do that, and I might be wrong. It was Australia or New Zealand. But this is the digital age. What value does a cotton dollar bill have? The value at which it is.
Yeah.
It is a representation of an imaginary number
Yeah.
that holds value to other people. It holds no value to me. It's just what I've been told. So if you go to a fully digital currency, there's benefits to that because you don't ever have to carry money. You know, there's no like physical forgery. I can't print dollar bills and pass them off as fakes. You can just do it digitally, which is some would say would be easier. So it's a really confusing thing. At one time I was really, really interested in it, but I gave up.
So, and coming from a religious standpoint, not that I'm religious right now.
All right.
Listen, I am suddenly confused.
You almost lost me.
So,
I think
when I was in high
Is this-
school,
does-
It's
is
like,
in high
Dick coming
school.
off super drunk to anybody else?
Yeah. yeah.
sorry, it's like face just
That
like
zombie dust is kicking in.
Well, he
I'm not-
he did say he was at number 6.
no,
That-
I'm still
A
on
little bit.
5. And it's only a can.
It's a 5.5.
I got
I mean,
The
it
liquid
still-
is
still
the
tastes
same,
just as
bro.
good. Still
The
tastes just
liquid
as
is
good
the
as
same,
bottle.
bro.
Blaine, what's
I
your
mean, I'm
what's
drinking
your
the hard shit,
percentages?
so
What?
What's your percents? What's your ABVs, my man?
ABV? Okay, I'll go off the current. Current is
Reading sarcasm.
It's like somebody hit
I'm
the
not
slow
saying
mo button on Dick,
not-
and he's like,
Murder.
"Someone is."
I need to check mine
I'm
here.
not sure. It doesn't say. I'm
I
not
gotta
seeing it.
I got a 7%er.
I'm just going off zombie dust. So,
45%, my dude.
I've drank.
Mine has
5
41 grams of sugar.
drank 5 zombie dust bottles, and then I'm about halfway done with the zombie dust can.
Mine doesn't
Um,
even have nutritional information, Nick.
Maker's Mark. Right on.
Yes.
Anyway. So,
Proceed.
in
Mine just says drink
the-
me.
So when I was in high school, I read the Left Behind book series.
Okay.
This was back when I was pseudo Christian.
And still
Well,
figuring out your sexuality.
Just like
No,
all
I
of Joe Exotic's husbands.
Yes! You got it!
Oh, home run!
And we're back to Tiger.
Jesus Christ,
Uh,
everything
and
is
no,
Tiger
Blaine,
King.
So
Hey, Blaine,
one,
Blaine, let me ask you this real okay. When you watch porn, do you like the porn with the big one or with the little one?
Okay, hold on. I
Little
have to ask
what?
really quickly. You're lagging really badly. So all I hear was, "Do you like the porn big one?" You're lagging so bad.
this harkens
All right.
back to the Ron White joke in They Call Me Tater Salad.
Salad.
Yep.
All right, let me ask
Do
you
you
this
like
again.
the flaccid flaccid penis, or do you like the rock hard throbbing penis? No. Anyway, so The Left Behind series. So it chronicles the Book of Revelation, essentially.
I was like waiting to see how it connected.
No, I'm not connecting it.
Revelation.
I'm over here laughing at
21.
nature.
No. So
Big
there's
and
And
several
hell
things.
have his penis.
It's like that conspiracy theorist meme going around with the dude connecting all the different, like, Left Behind, penises, fucking
Carol Baskins.
cryptocurrency.
So there's several things throughout the Bible that connect to Revelations, and so in the books of Left Behind, the series, the Antichrist becomes very popular because of his one world currency, this universal currency that goes throughout the world. So it's just like, man, do I start believing this shit?
No,
Obviously,
Nope.
but
no, because Alex Jones has been saying the same thing for like 20 years, and by God,
Turn the fucking frogs gay.
here
you spoke the name.
we're going to his website and reading the damn headlines right now, because
Do it.
Oh no!
because you got to know what the enemy's saying.
Hey,
Do
quick,
it.
are you saying that Alex Jones is the enemy?
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right, real quick, before we condemn the enemy, let's remember.
Thanks
Let's
for that
remember-
commentary, Nate.
Let's remember that Alex Jones has been talking about the Clintons and all the fucked up people in our government fucking children for a long time.
Do
Just
it.
throw that out there.
And he also
Hey, a broken clock is right twice a day. TY, it's right
Hey,
twice
he
a
also
day.
he also had like he had people convinced that a pizza shop was running that shit out of their basement, and one of his listeners went in there with a goddamn rifle.
Brandon Stone.
But that's his listener's fault, not him.
Yeah, no, but he's perpetuating it.
Nate,
He
I'd like to
also
know
had-
why you said Nate's commenting the broken clocks were right twice a day while holding up 4 fingers, and I'm very confused.
Brandon Stone.
There's only 2 here.
There was 4 there. There was 4
No,
there.
look.
You had both hands up, my friend.
No, look, it's the way the microphone is makes it look like 4. It's not 4.
No, you had both hands up.
Oh,
Yes,
I
you
was
did
just-
that. Yes.
V for
Nixon,
victory.
baby. I didn't even remember Nixon.
Do it.
I don't fucking remember.
Oh God.
You guys, I am like wore out with laughter. I feel like we have been all over the place. Brandon is about to interject with
We're
something
going
that I
on-
think might have broke his brain.
Headline: Pastor who disobeyed Soviet-style unlawful gathering law arrested. Soviet.
So that
style.
headline we read earlier?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
But-
that's the link I sent earlier. Actually, yeah.
But is
Well,
it
not
titled-
Soviet style.
It's
Clearly, but-
Soviet style. Yeah, yeah.
Soviet style?
That's incinerators have been working around the clock
Is
in
that-
Wuhan.
So my question to be is Soviet style. Is that
That's-
girl on
that's
top, girl
probably
on bottom?
true,
Where,
though.
what's the connotation here?
Ass to ass.
I mean, the statement that incinerators are working around the clock, it's probably true.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that got a little morbid and a little quiet.
Well, okay, so you know who one of Alex's best friends is, and one of his top contributors is Roger Stone. No relation.
Thank you for
glad
no
that you
relation,
made the
Brandon.
clarification. Hey, you're Brandon Stone,
That's
but we're
Good
not
idea.
fucking.
Good idea. Distance yourself from that.
I have a real
I have one of his
uncle.
books.
Yes, you do. Making a president. Yes. No, I actually have an uncle named Roger Stone, but it's not this guy. It's
Oof.
not this guy.
That's
Big
no.
oof.
Hey,
Big oof.
You're talking to my guy all wrong here. It's not my guy.
So, Alex Jones was in court fighting for his kids, right? Because his wife is, or his ex-wife is like, "You're nuts."
He got kids.
right?
Hey, I mean, I just want to have my kids.
I don't give a shit about your kids.
And they're like, they're asking him about the stuff he says on like on his show. He goes, "Look, I'm a character actor, okay? Character actor. I'm a performance artist. This is in his disposition. He says
Kind of retarded.
I mean, yeah, that's my favorite quote from him ever, taken out of context. From him on
What is it?
the Joe Rogan podcast, they just stop. He goes, "Look, I'm kind of retarded." It's perfect. It's so perfect. Alex Jones. I used to listen to Alex pretty regular about 10 years ago, 11 years ago. And the thing is that about 33% of what he says has some valid thinking points to it. You know, all the stuff about 9/11. Yeah, you know what? That shit doesn't add up. Maybe we need to look into this. Okay, yeah, sure. What about all these different questions about the pharmaceutical industry? Oh, okay, maybe, yeah. Okay, and then he starts going on about the iPhone 6, and this, it pulls your hair out, and inside the iPhone, it's got a little chip that sends your DNA to the government. And why do you think it's pulling your hair out? You know, why do they think you want you to put your thumbprint on there? Because it's going to the government. And he goes, "Do you think the iPhone 6 has a DNA reader inside? Vote on my poll. You decide." Motherfucker, tear that motherfucker open. You're worth millions of fucking dollars. Tear that motherfucker open. Find that goddamn DNA reader, son bitch. That is in there. If it's in there, you go find it. Dude, this Alex Jones is so full of fucking shit. Okay, that if he would be in a fucking tiger pen with fucking Tiger King, and they would ignore him because he would smell that bad.
Ooh, what is that?
I'm sorry. As valid as your point is, watching Dick's feed over here has been high drama.
Dick, how many beers are you gonna drink tonight?
I'm on 7 right now.
I thought you were
He's
still
drinking
alive.
to forget.
I'm out of zombie dust. I'm
Don't you
on
have to do
Hazy
things in the morning?
Hero from
But
Revolution.
just watching the animated reactions over there.
Timeout.
Hey,
AP
Nate.
just asked Dick if Dick has things to do tomorrow. And the short answer is Dick does not have responsibilities. What are you talking about?
He's not doing dick tomorrow.
That's
all
what
I'm
you
doing.
think.
I'm just
Meanwhile-
watching the kids tomorrow.
Is the whole
Meanwhile,
I'm
household
doing.
yours home tomorrow?
What?
Is the whole household with you?
No, Miranda is a dialysis tech, so she's gonna be on the front lines tomorrow. So I'm just watching myself and her children. So.
I gotta make sure I don't cause any trouble.
You can be hungover watching children, right? Do people do that?
No, I wouldn't
What?
recommend it.
No.
Wouldn't recommend it. My kid about like I wanted to punch some drywall today.
Your kid?
Oh,
No, there's no
shit.
monster
I mean,
here.
oh my gosh.
Okay, Kyle.
No, there's no John here.
No, it's Rockstar today, okay?
No monster. Okay.
Had I had Monster, there would have been holes. And you know what's funny? I say that in jest, but out of me and my wife, she's the one who has put holes in drywall once. So
Same.
AP.
My kid today was just pushing buttons. It's
Yeah.
like
Fucking hate that, bro.
it's like he found the nuclear football that Trump left behind when he visited Indy a while back. When he went to the and then he's like, "Has anybody seen the football? Football? Did anybody get that?" And, well, sir, I think Tom Brady's taking it with him down to the Buccaneers. Well, he'll be good with it. It's a little flat. It's a little flat briefcase. Meanwhile, my kid's going
Deflate gate.
boop, beep, boop, beep, boop.
Beep, beep.
Fucking missiles flying through the fucking air, and I'm like, "What did you do?" And he's like, "I want spanking, Daddy." I'm like, "Then why did you fucking launch nukes?"
That's how you stop coronavirus.
And he
Just
goes,
Oh, shit.
If Halo has taught us anything, it's that eliminating the food source wins.
"Oh my god!" It was a.
I need to play some Halo Reach.
I
It's
think
been
it
a-
can
I have-
download on my Xbox. I'm so upset.
I've been playing through the series of late, and
Yeah.
Tyler, I have to absolutely disagree. Halo 4 is the worst. Now I haven't played 5 yet, so
Which
Tyler,
one's 4?
so Dick's commentary that 5 is worse. I haven't played it yet, working on it, but
Halo
4
5
was the last
so
one to come out on
fucking
360.
good. Halo 4 was good. Halo 5,
I did.
I like
What
the
are you doing with your
gameplay. I
hands
hated
there?
Buckles, what was
the
wrong with
multiplayer.
4?
More ODST.
I don't like the weapons. I don't
Shut
like
up.
the Promethean
weapons are
enemies. The
the
fucking
same.
on rails. Like
You don't have to use the Promethean weapons at all. Okay, so there's two debunks. What's your next one?
the Promethean enemies in general are just annoying as shit.
Okay.
Because they're smarter than you.
Okay, like the
No, it's because they're swarming and their weapon. What you use
Yeah,
against them
because
is
their
terrible.
AI is smarter. They're
Yeah.
designed to
be annoying.
Not
surround you.
disagreeing at all. Not disagreeing at all. I'm just saying my argument is it does not feel like Halo at all.
It's just
At all.
Okay.
Dick, speaking of video games,
However,
did you ever see
I will
this-
say Reach was fucking great. I did love Reach.
4 is better than 3. It looks better. The score is better. The
I love
story
3.
is better.
3 is better.
It's better in every way.
I love 3.
1 and 2 are still my favorite. 1 and 2 are
Reach
still
is-
my
Reach
favorite,
is the
but
best.
that's
I just
1
wanna-
and 3 are
Reach
still
is very good.
Fuck
I will
Master
say that
Chief.
playing through the end of Reach
Fuck
during
Master
the
Chief.
coronavirus
No
But
isolation.
ODST is good.
ODST is
great.
fantastic.
ODST is
I
good.
loved ODST.
Tyler,
I loved
Tyler,
ODST.
question.
Super powered and have to like actually be smart
Not a
about
fan.
what you do.
I like that there was actually a coherent storyline through it. It was really cool.
Mhm.
It was a good
Phillips.
take on it.
Nate,
Hey, Tyler, who's your favorite Reach team member?
Noble 6.
3, 2, 1. You said Wilson.
Noble 6.
Emil.
Noble 6. Emil. Yep. That's mine as
George.
well. I have
Who's
a
the big
figure
guy?
still in the
George.
box.
Okay, so let's talk about
George,
Emil real
heavy
quick.
weapons.
yeah,
He's a brooding fucking dickbag for the entire
Yep.
game, and then it's like, oh man, shit, I got a conscience now. Oh shit, I got stabbed. Oh shit, I'm dead. That's his whole
Dude.
character arc.
I did like that he takes down an elite with a fucking boot knife.
Oh shit, I'm dead.
If I can compare this whole coronavirus thing to a video game, it's Halo Reach.
Aw.
I will say that playing through the end of Reach and the post credit scene of you playing Noble Six's Last Stand during all this shit was a kick right in the fucking dick. Like that was like, oh, this is depressing as shit. I don't need this.
I'm
Like
really
that-
glad you played through it.
Like
Was
that
Reach
time.
in the Master Chief? No, it wasn't in the Master Chief collection.
Yeah, it is.
It's
Yeah.
kind of part of it.
It's a
Is it?
DLC. That's how I got it actually.
Like-
'cause I
They
I
released,
have the
they
disc, I
released
don't know if I
ODST.
have-
Yeah,
You played
they
it.
released ODST and Reach as DLC for like $15 total. That's how I got it.
What if it's still that much, or if it's cheaper
I mean,
now?
they're
It is.
they're
It
free.
is. I just got it like a week ago.
Oh,
If you have a
So
chance
yeah, it
to
is. It is.
Reach, play Reach.
What?
I love
Reach is fantastic.
Brando.
Reach is very good.
beat Assassin's Creed.
I
So,
played Assassin's Creed 2. I played the second one,
Okay, so
the first Ezio one.
y'all
Brandon,
nerding out about Halo. Meanwhile, I'm over here rocking Mr. Mosquito.
oh my!
I have that as well.
What
oh,
the
I remember
fuck?
that game.
I've only seen that on Cinema Tech.
So this is like the worst fucking game ever made.
If you remember
I played
Tech
that game. I
TV,
remember that.
you
Ah.
remember Cinema Tech. If you remember G4 TV,
Has
you remember Cinema Tech. Mr. Mosquito.
Has anyone gotten a hold of Doom Eternal yet? Anybody else played that yet?
No.
I want to. I have to get a memory upgrade first.
I've
Do you
got
guys remember-
I've got RE3, Resident Evil 3 remake coming this week, and then next week I got Final Fantasy 7 remake. Now these orders are still slated to arrive on time. I do know that FF7 remake has broken street date, and they shipped them early to Australia and Europe. People already
I did
have
hear
them.
that. I did see that. Yeah.
People,
But fuck America.
well, they're coming. They're shipping
America.
this week, so they're
Yeah.
hoping that people will get them before the release date or around release date. But as of right now, Amazon still says everything's cool because it was like 3 weeks ago where they pretty much canceled my release date for FF7 remake, and I about like just jumped right off of Sealer Deck right into the PVC pit, and just decided to end it
Dude.
there.
Dude, if I had $1 for every time that I thought about diving into the PVC pit,
If I had $1 for every time Tyler told me he wanted to,
He'd have more dollars
that I
than Tyler
believe.
and Brando
I
combined.
believe.
wouldn't have credit card debt.
hey Blaine,
Hey.
yeah. Why don't you reach over here and break my neck? No,
Oh, is that a cry for help? That's one.
no, not today.
Why you-
So
Tyler.
yeah.
Tyler, 1 second.
Go ahead, sweet bear.
Did you see that?
It's a couch.
That's
It's a couch. It misses you. It
I know.
misses your
Social
ass.
distancing.
Social distancing. You
Not
did-
even social distancing. This
let's
is
talk
before
about that.
social
You
distancing.
had people in your home the other day
Right.
to do a fucking live stream. What is wrong with
Busted!
you?
Busted!
Yep.
Busted!
Yep.
Motherfucking busted!
Fun fact. I messaged Brett and Nick about the stream that was supposed to happen this Wednesday, this coming Wednesday. And Brett woke up still drunk because he bought 13 bottles of rum.
Oh my god.
Yo ho
Because
ho.
it was on sale at $3.50. And he was, hey, I just blew into my breathalyzer on my car because DWI. And he was like, can you come over and pick me up and we can podcast in the meantime? He thought I meant that day because I texted him. I was like, hey, if you guys are still okay with it, we can come do the stream earlier than 5:30. And he was like, yeah, come pick me up. I just blew into my breathalyzer and yeah. So we just did an extra stream.
Cool story, bro.
And
That's the coolest story I can come up with.
have you sanitized
Now-
the couch since then?
Now let me ask you this:
That couch has never been sanitized.
What are you gonna do if you get fucking COVID-19 because you allowed people in your home that are not a part of your home?
Then
And
that's some
Brett
serious
still
shit.
works out in the world, I'm pretty sure,
No, he-
right? Doesn't he still do
Yep.
shit?
No. So his main job is, I guess his only job is North End Pub, and they've been closed. So, yeah, he's been off duty.
Damn. A toast to all those who are out of work and like not getting paid, like businesses like North End Pub and all those places like that.
Yeah, but they've got unemployment now. They make more money on unemployment.
Yep. I'll
Yeah.
answer that.
How about shout out to those of us, Tyler, who are still working through all this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
What
And
to
I'm
do?
working, but I am at home, so not quite the same.
I'm just watching
I
a
say
bunch
I'll
of.
be.
Yeah, but you could, AP, you could get a blowy at home while you're working, and no one would be the wiser. I mean, I'm just saying.
Dude, I gotta give you guys.
Be careful with that Zoom there.
I gotta give you guys that are at home props. Because if I was working at home, I would just fucking jack off all day.
You know what I'm doing? So,
Like,
have you
my
seen?
fucking
There
bicep
was a.
was my thigh.
Have
You
you
look
seen?
like
There was some. I want
Quagmire.
to say. Oh God, the giant arm.
Mhm.
No, there was some elected official. I want to say maybe I don't know, like congressman or something. Some elected official was doing a Zoom like conference, and someone streamed in porn to one of the windows, just straight up hardcore porn. They had to figure that one out. And the fucked up thing is, in order to be on one of those, you have to be invited. So someone they had invited doing that.
I saw
Yeah.
one where this girl was a part of it, and she took it with her to the bathroom and set it down on the floor. And
I saw that
and
one.
it viewed her sitting down on the toilet, and then she's like, "Oh no, I took it with me."
He just wasn't paying attention. Yeah.
I've seen one where there's a woman streaming or a woman doing a Zoom, and like her dad or her boyfriend or whatever comes walking out. He's wearing like a soccer uniform and underwear. That's it. And he's like, he walks in, realizes he's in frame. He's like, oh shit!
Does he like run
Falls
into
over.
a wall? Just like
No, he's wearing like a soccer uniform and like a
right.
fucking like tidy whities, and like realizes he's in frame, and just like, oh shit, like panics and almost like falls down.
Yeah, I thought he ran like into a
And
wall
she's just-
and then like bounced off and like had to run the other way.
Oh yeah. That was it.
How funny would it be if we wrapped up the show now and just left the show and then Blaine comes back and we're all gone?
Let's do it.
All right, guys. Well, it's been a great Supercast too. We've gone, man. It's like a 2-hour show, man. So Nate, thanks a lot for being here, man.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. Tyler, thanks for being here. Buckles, we love you. AP, you guys have been great. Check out the Journey into Comics Network at journeyintocomics.com. Get us on all the different podcasting platforms. And, have a fucking good one during coronavirus 2020.
Later on, guys. Peace. It's been fun.
See ya.